officially start, just be informed that this session is recorded. So welcome to Understanding Self and Others. So give you guys, everybody a big round of applause for attending. So I think what we're going to do today is maybe I just give you, imagine that there's a world where BP holds the potential to unlock doors, leading to riches, collaboration, unprecedented success. So having me today, we hold that in our hands, ready to embark on a collective journey of self-discovery and strengthen teamwork. Are you prepared to open the key and explore the door of possibilities that await us? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So thank you for completing your pre-work. So there are two pre-work. Satu is the DIS assessment. So you know your DIS assessment. And number two is the communication at workplace. And questionnaire, so thanks for that. And we have developed some of the materials today as an outcome of you completing this two pre-work. Okay, so thanks for that. So this is the agenda for today. I will share with you a bit more about myself, and then we go into icebreaker. Then I will also share the learning outcome introduction, introduce to you what we're going to do all of this day. And then whatever that we share on the third, we will then come back later to conclude on the sixth item, whether what we set out to do today, sampai ke tak sampai hari ini. Okay. Betul, of course, with anything that we do, must ada mini assessment dulu. So you will be asked to take your phone out and scan a QR code to get the answer 10 questions. And we will look into the answers of the 10 questions accordingly. The bulk of the day will do three things. Number one, recap our way. So everybody is talking about our way, the three values and three principles. And we're going to recognize these personality types. And then we're going to have respectful conversation. Respectful conversation, there are four parts of it. Number one is regulate emotion. Number two is actually about clarity in communication. Number three is about active listening. Number four is actually about collaborative negotiation. So don't worry, we'll go through each of those satu-satu. Again, there's another test after that. 10 questions dia tak banyak, so it's a mini. So then we together will conclude, and then any question or reflection that you may have on the topic for today. How's that sound? Yeah? It's going to be thank you. Okay. So I have some ground rules for us to agree with. So a few things I need you to help me to put your cell phone on silent mode. I need you to help us together to commit to learning because the knowledge is in the room. So let's share that together. Be part of the session, get involved, and keep to time. Respect others and their opinion, and obviously most importantly to have fun. Okay? So when one person is talking, please do not talk over that person. Yeah? And just be yourself, don't be afraid to ask any question. Anything else that you want to add to the ground rules? Okay? We agree. Okay, how about no breaks? No. Okay, good agree. Okay, let me quickly introduce myself one more time. For some of you who may know me, this is my month number 11. So I crossed the 1 year next month. So you guys pretty much are my seniors in Sapura. Some of you. So I came back from England to join Anderson Consulting. So it's a consulting firm, which then later became Accenture. So I stayed the first 4 years in consulting firm. Then I moved to Shell. I stayed in Shell for 16 years. So basically, I did 11 roles in that 16 years. I also went to more than 20 countries to work. Not for holiday, for work. And after that, I left Shell. I came back to Kuala Lumpur and basically had a pit stop in Petronas. After Petronas, I went to several GLCs. High-speed rail, the KL Singapore project. Went to the property arm of UAM, which is UAM Sunrise. I went to the Islamic Bank Agrobank. Then I moved back to multinational. I went to CIPD. CIPD, for those who are not aware, is Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. For most of you guys are engineers, you need to get your EM correct. So for us in HR, we need to get our equivalent. So this is my equivalent of your ACCA for housing, for example. Yeah? So I'm a chartered member of CIPD, but this is where I work as an associate for them, so I do projects for them. Then I work for another multinational music tribe. Then I went to Saudi for a short HR project, and I came back and joined you guys here. Okay, so that's where I am. And what questions you have for me? No? Okay, thank you. Let me ask you this question instead. So, could we look at the four statements? So choose one statement that best describes you. A, I enjoy planning and organizing activities. B, I embrace flexibility and spontaneity. C, I prefer working independently and focusing on tasks. And finally, I enjoy supporting others and working in a team. So pick one and share why you pick that one. Okay? Easy, kan? Right, okay. Natasha, can you just tell me who gonna start, please?
Yeah.
Can you nominate a person to start?
Brian.
So Brian, will you do us a favor? Hi Brian.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know me, Brian. Yeah, and I'm in TNI engineering right now. So yeah, that's me. And if I could pick one that best describes me, probably I tend to lean more towards working independently and focusing on tasks.
So you pick C.
Yeah.
Why do you pick C?
It's just, to be honest, I think I'm a little bit of everything, but just lean more towards C sometimes.
Okay. And you choose that because?
I think if I work independently, then I can be flexible when I want, but sometimes I can plan things the way I want.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's more control over the situation. Yes.
Thanks, Brian. Who's next?
Of me? Let's see, Daniel.
Okay, Daniel.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Sorry, my name is Morin. I'm from the technical department.
Okay.
So, one statement that just described me I enjoy smoking others and looking at this because so I feel like more brain working together so we can produce better results, better output.
I see.
And also we can reduce, because minimum the time taken to complete one work.
So that's why you pick D.
Yes.
Thanks, Daniel. Next, please. Amma. Amma. Okay.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Hamam Ajay from OU.
Okay.
I choose I enjoy planning and organizing activities because I can manage in a controllable manner and I can increase the efficiency of my work in overall days. And I enjoy using the software like Microsoft To Do and Microsoft Planner so that I can increase the output of my work.
Thanks, Amma. So, Amma, please have
Finish.
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Danish from OU. One statement that best describes me is I would say B. Okay, I respect flexibility and spontaneity.
Kerana?
Why? Because I think I like to work following my own time. Like, of course, no pressure. Of course, there has to be a deadline to everything, but as I can like do it at this time, at that time, trying to finish it with the deadline. And spontaneity because it's more fun, I guess.
I see.
Yeah, so that's all.
Thank you. Who's next, please?
Mr. Shahrul.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, thank you everyone. My name is Shahrul from OU. Right now, my location is on business planning and strategy. Okay, I would choose D, supporting others and working in the team.
Okay.
Because I'm more confident if I work with my colleague, and then if I'm stuck, then I got my friend to support.
Thank you. Who's next, please?
Ilias.
Hi everyone, my name is Ilias. So, one statement that best describes me is the first one, I enjoy planning and organizing activities.
Okay.
The reason why I chose this one is I think that most of the time I find myself be the one planning all the activities whenever I go out with my friends. So I think, yeah, I think that's the reason why.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would choose Ilma. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Ilma from PCC. I enjoy supporting others and working with them because I like discussing about my work, I like to see others' opinion, and also like to depend on someone and not depend.
So interdependent. Okay.
Oh, no. Gotcha.
Hi, morning. My name is Naja. I'm from OU. So one thing that best describes me, I think I enjoy planning and organizing activities because I think all this while I am the one who's planning activities for my family and students. Yes, we agree. So because I think I can choose which activity I want and I can bring them all to feel that together.
Thank you. Thanks, Natasha.
So I choose Natasha.
Good morning everyone, my name is Natasha from Instrument OU department. So one statement that best describes me is D. I enjoy supporting others and working in a team. The reason why I chose this statement because I like to work in a team, I like to share ideas and gain some ideas from other people, and also I really enjoy collaborating with other people.
Thanks, Natasha.
Farah.
Good morning, my name is Mara from HR. So one statement that best describes me is I choose B, I embrace flexibility and also spontaneous.
Okay.
Because I love to do my own work based on my own timeline. But before that time was traditional work. Next person. I will choose Adiba.
Okay,
Hi,
Mbak.
my name is Adiba and I'm from finance. So for the statement, I will choose B, I embrace flexibility and spontaneity. It's because I do not like to start in one timeline and I like to do on my own pace lah. And I think the unplanned plan is the best plan. Unplanned plan is the best plan, which is spontaneous.
Okay. Hai pakai mas. Faham. Okay, thank you.
Atika.
Atika. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Atika. I am from PNU. I would choose, I enjoy supporting others and working in the team.
Oh, awak tak sama dengan Nadia no? Okay. Tadi macam yes juga.
Because I think that my idea is sometimes nonsense, so so when I am working with a team, I can share my thoughts and also I want to hear other thoughts. So yeah, and working in a team can give a better result.
Thanks, Atika. Okay.
Ili.
So I'm from my name is Ivy. So the best actions describe me as I enjoy playing and documenting activities. But I would say it depends on the situation. But therefore I choose it because I like to overview first what I need to do or activities of that day. So before I do that myself, so I can have a brief in my head and then I will be comfortably proceed on that. Yeah. That's all.
Understand. Thank you.
Victoria.
Oh, okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Victoria from OU. Okay, so I believe that D best describes me.
Okay.
So I love working in a team because I find it motivating to know that my teammates are contributing their skills and experience to achieve the same goal. And then that's all lah.
Thank you, Victoria.
Question.
Good morning, thanks for, so we just went through icebreaker. So after you pick a statement, say why you pick that statement, and then you nominate another person to go and share that statement. Is that okay though?
Okay.
Okay. So the first statement is, I enjoy planning and organizing activities. B, C, and D. Take your time. Kau saja juga.
Okay, let's go with that. Okay. So I guess I'll introduce myself first.
Yes, please.
I'm Joshua Antikamdu. I'm from Production Quality Department. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So one statement that best describes me. I actually like embracing flexibility and spontaneity, but I'm not sure if that best describes me.
That's the best.
I want to be flexible and spontaneous. I'm not sure if I actually do that. Why I would say it's because I think it's to be able to be spontaneous. I would say it's actually a very bold quality and something that I actually aspire to be. And to be flexible. When you're flexible, I think you'll be able to adapt to like new changes and new environment. So yeah, that's something that is important as well. If you're going to suffer if there's any change, so you should be able to be flexible. So I don't know. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So you can nominate the person. Then we will tell you whether you have shared or not.
Okay, Naja. Okay, that's a popular choice. I didn't.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Hi, my name is Adi from OU. So the statement that best describes me is C, for working independently. Because I would have other responsibilities and I believe that's independent. So if I do achieve success, I have satisfied. Okay. So next person is Fazudin.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Faz. So I'm from Mechanical OU, and the best statement that I would choose is I embrace flexibility and spontaneity because in terms of flexibility, if the senior gave me a task and they were told the way that he used to use, so I tend to be flexible in terms of using other way to finish up the task. So that's comes to flexibility and to make the task short. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, fast kan?
I apa?
So one statement that
responsibility and spontaneity. And my style is quite similar to the others. I like to work on my own pace, and I think we don't need to stick to one plan. We need to have any other option. Next person, Afika.
Hi, sorry. My name is Vika. I'm from OU, PNI structure. So one statement that best describes me is I enjoy planning and organizing activities because I like to plan and what to do, and I like to keep my work organized so that I can be very confident. Thank you.
Hi everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Nurin from Group Legal and Governance.
Hi.
So what best describes me, I would say A, I enjoy planning and organizing activities because I think I perform better when I do things according to my plan. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Nurin. Okay, next, Nurin. Siapa?
Chandra.
Okay, Chan.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Chandra from the comms team, and I enjoy supporting others and working in a team because it matters a lot to me that I get to share my experiences and also learn from other people's experiences, because I can take pride in accomplishing something myself, but I feel a much greater pride when I know that I can help a group of people to become better versions of themselves to reach a certain outcome. Even if we don't reach an outcome, I can take pride knowing that no, I've made them better than they were before, and we're all growing together, not just on our own, going ahead for each other.
Hi, my name is Abdul from Finance.
So dari Fika. Ni Fika.
Okay,
tak apa, dia dapat dulu.
Okay, so my name is Abdul from Finance. So one statement that describe me is I enjoy planning and organizing activities because I want to all my works are going smoothly, and by planning and organizing, it will make me more disciplined. What I mean.
Hi, I am Madhuri Shah. I'm sure you guys calling me Najla actually, but if you guys don't remember my name, one is okay as well. Okay, so one statement that best describes me would be the last one. I enjoy supporting others and working in a team because I really enjoy listening to other people's opinions, and I also love that people will grow together with me instead of me going alone.
So hi, I'm Kiruna, can call me Kirgi. So I have a little bit of everything, but currently I prefer working independently and focusing on tasks. So most of you may not know, but I'm under like a few managers, so a lot of tasks. So I prefer completing the task first because it's a lot on my plate. So yeah, currently I work independently.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Afika. But you can call me Lee. I prefer that way. Lee. Yes. I have something to do with K-pop. I think the best statement that for me is coupled with Lee. I enjoy supporting artists and working in a team because I think there's a lot to learn here in Sapura. So when you support others and work in a team, there's much more you can accomplish and much more you can learn.
Thanks, Lee.
Next person.
Hello everyone, my name is Raimi, I'm from OU. So best thing that describes me is I enjoy supporting others and working in a team because I get to learn a lot from my team currently, and contributing ideas is something that I say meaningful to me.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Raimi.
Good morning, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Razi. They call me Razi. I'm from OU. One statement that best describes me is I enjoy planning and organizing activities. Actually, I don't have specific reason. I just enjoy to track my activities. Yeah, that's all.
So you pick A?
Yeah, correct.
Thanks, Razi.
Vincent.
Hello everyone, my name is Vincent. So my statement is I enjoy planning and organizing activities because it's from my experience offshore. Every morning we have 2 ops, so I think planning and organizing activities is very good for the project. So it's more discipline and like more towards in the direction of the goals. Thank you.
So I would choose I enjoy supporting others and working with the team because since by supporting others and working intimately, that we can gain our knowledge and also can educate ourselves with the expert, those who are surrounding with us. And also at the same time, we can go together. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Can I just double check everybody done? Yes? If you're not here, then you're not here. Kita tak tahu kan? Okay, let's count with me. So this is 9, correct?
Yes.
This is 6, 3, 11. So 11, 20, 26, 29. Correct? Better than zero?
Yes.
So thanks for this. We will later, as we do the session, we will go into your DISC. Then you will then realize, so we'll come back to this, which one is this is D, this is I, which one is S, and this is C. And then you can map back with your DISC, whether what you chose, because you remember what you chose, right? And what you actually answered, whether that's aligned or otherwise. But there's no preference that is better than the other. All is just preferences. And then we just go through that. There are a bit more details for this. Okay, with your permission, we'll continue?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So by the end of today, you would be able to do the following. So I quickly say that we will do a quick recap of our way, yeah, and then you will then recognize the 4 personality types, DISC, and then we will endeavor to look into what looks like a respectful conversation. And based on the survey that you have completed earlier, the 20 question, we think these are the 4 areas that we would like to discuss a bit more with you. 1 is manage your emotion. Number 2 is enhance clarity in communication. Number 3, improving listening skills. Number 4, elaborate on how you can better collaborate to resolve conflicts. Yeah. So basically, the 3 will come together, and at the end of the day, we will then pull it together, all ties together into respectful conversation. Then we will do a commitment card. Then how to apply our way at work. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do today. What questions you have for me before we continue? No. I know you really want to do the mini assessment, right? Please take your phone out. And we will start with you taking the 10 questions training. Everybody on the first question, which this is most likely to prioritize your achievement over interpersonal relationships, and how can this impact team dynamics? So just answer on your phone. This is for those who prefer it a bit bigger on your phone. The same question. Question 2 again about this theory. Question 3 is emotional regulation. Question 4 is about clarity in communication. Five is active listening. Question 6 is collaborative negotiation. Seven back to emotional regulation. Question 8 comes back to clarity in communication. Question 9 is on your active listening. Last question, question 10, back to collaborative negotiation. Maybe a couple of minutes for us to finish off. so much. So we'll go through the answers together as we go through each of the section. Would that be better?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody have heard about the 3 values and 3 principles?
Yes.
You've got your free lunch at the first floor?
Yes.
Okay. So just quick recap on this. Can I just check your understanding? Why are we doing this new hour way? Do you understand why we are embarking on this hour way? Did anyone to try? Let's have a conversation. It's okay. So it used to be sharp, correct?
Yes.
SHARP. And then now becomes I'm honest, I'm accountable, I'm respectful. Ketiga, professional, and safety goes into the outcome of it, which is part of what we do on a daily basis. Okay, so that's clear?
Yes.
All right, so if we look at the 3 principles, any volunteers want to explain what you understand by the 3 principles? Natasha nak pilih lagi kan? Whoever wants to. I spent some time with Natasha in KK. We went to see the faculty in UMS and we also did career talk. Yeah. So Natasha was very, very, very popular at the career talk. Okay. So in a sense, an example of commitment collaboration is when Zairine, the HR team, were invited to go to University of Malaysia Sabah, and what we went is actually trying to find staff who wanted, not staff, students, eligible students who want to go through our assessment center. Then what better to then bring the collaboration with Natasha, who's going through the process as a GMT. So that's one example of commitment to collaboration. Any other example? Is it too early in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. How I see spirit of innovation example is like this. You have a piece of paper, a blank sheet of paper. A spirit of innovation is when you can give that paper to somebody to say that this is a blank piece of paper, tell me how to do certain things from A to Z on that paper. So they can basically be able to look at strategic way of doing it. When you go on a plane, for example, at 35,000 feet, when the pilot say we're not cruising, you can take off your belt, you have 35,000 feet, agree? Right? So when you look at the window, outside the window, you can see normally dekat mana sungai, dekat mana gunung, right? So you can see the big picture. You can see the forest, and because you can see from top, correct? Then you can see when you do a project, apakah the risk, apakah the strategy direction you want to go. So that is normally an ability to show and demonstrate spirit of innovation. So this is about your capacity. So the capacity is it. Yeah. In this world, apart from water, there's a lot of people. Betul? So you need to be able to work with others to make sure that you arrive at the same destination. And this is not saying yes to every situation. This is actually about making sure it's a strategic collaboration juga. So you must be able to do it respectfully. And because we have a global footprint, and for those who have worked with other nationalities, either in Sapura or otherwise, it's different, right? It's not quite the same. Because we are lucky, because in this country it's not interracial. We have different ways of bringing, and it's all come together. We're so used to differences. And diversity will bring you together because you enhance on what other people bring to the table. Okay? So commitment, collaboration, khalas. Clear, right? This one. Khalas, when I was in Saudi, we say that a lot in a meeting. The other thing that we say a lot, yakni. This is your filler word. Farah, this table next cleaning, yakni. So there's a lot of other things that I also pick up. But khalas is another one. Pride in results, ini quite easy. Atika nak try ke? It's okay, Atika. So this one, kalau this is actually about capacity, betul? This is about your relationship with other people. This is about your achievement. Okay? This is about how to get point A to point B. And sometimes when you say just like in your introductions, when you pick your statements, you say that if I remember correctly, the best unplanned is the best or something. Okay, sorry. Kena quote betul-betul. Lagi sekali.
Unplanned
Unplanned plan is the best plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So pride result is actually about when you need to be accountable for both when it's successful and also accountable when it didn't go right. So you need to be able to do your after action review and to say what areas that you need to improve better. So accountability is essentially part of your pride and results, is your achievement, your drive to get things done. So that's a difference, right? Contohnya, if we say that Zamil has a drive, high drive in pride and results. Tapi, is it, ada beza tak kalau Zamil push it through dengan work with others? So contohnya, have you heard this statement that if a person completes a project, dia habis by the end, everybody else dah mati dekat belakang tu. Because I just shoot people just get through, said I get it done. Setengah orang, dia lari 100 meters with the team, dia sampai dulu. Team dia tak sampai tau. Yeah, some people bring their team together. So that is actually not just these three principles doesn't stand individually. They stand together in your persona as a person. So in order to get things done, you must find a way to that you can work with others, you can plan properly, you can also manage your stakeholder, and at the end of the day, the three will come together, and this is our way. We will be embedded in all people processes. So when we hire graduate, your future colleagues, we will also have revamped the whole assessment center according to this. And we also do development. Contohnya like today's session is also revamped in such a way that we make sure that it links back to our way, so that you can bring it back to the office. Kalau tidak, it's a bit difficult, right? It becomes more motherhood statement, and you say that, okay, let my boss go and manage it, I don't quite understand it, but it's okay, I jalan. Nothing changed, right? Has it changed since you attend your session? Not quite, kan? Because when you move into, this is called a transition, kan? So you start here, you hear the announcement for those of you who attended Dato' announcement 1st of February. Lama sekarang is coming to September. So 1st February, Dato' announced it, and then you went for your session, correct? And then you are here today. Has anything changed for you since February to here, apart from having that free lunch? So it has to be internalized, kan? Okay. But it takes time because you're not changing, you are transitioning. Make sense? Because it takes time for you to, what's in it for me, kan? What's in it for me, that's how you can move. Just now I hear some of you pick up, oh, I need to see the big picture, I need to learn. I like to plan because I want to do certain things, and I therefore can control more. That's what I hear just now. Correct? Okay. I'm going to pause for your reaction. Pride result, commitment, collaboration, spirit of innovation. How is it, okay, how will it come alive for you, for each of these, for example? How will you do differently at your workplace ataupun in your personal life, because for this to come up? Okay, I'll give you an example. I nak tanya you, does it apply ke tidak? So contohnya, for safety, right? Kalau you want to implement a safety program, how do you do it actually? Bukan orang safety je lah yang jawab kan? Semua pun boleh. So if you want to implement a safety program, how do you people go about it? You get your safety materials kan, betul? Or you tell people if you come to Lumot, you go to offshore, you need to wear PPE, betul? Right? And your PPE pakai pun kena pakai cara betul, correct? What else you need to do? Talk about safety, okay? Yeah, the speaker. Okay. When you talk about safety, kalau you ada 20 orang dalam ni, do they all speak the same language? Okay, kadang-kadang semua faham the same language betul. Tapi kadang-kadang tak sampai. Ke sampai? Masih you dekat? All of you? Ada beza tak? When you walk out at the yard, meaning that, can you say, when you inquire from people, do you use the same inquiry skills? Kenapa you kata tak? Kenapa?
Depends on the procedure. Depends if we talk to the workers, the way we talk to different people, and we talk to engineers, they will be the same.
Okay, apa yang different?
Because they are from other nationalities, they are not same as us, so they are making language different.
Okay, so one is the language, correct? What else is different? Kenapa engineer ni tak berapa pandai? When you say it's different, I'm just checking.
The understanding of on the subject different.
Okay. Somebody had reference.
Jadi because I thought
Okay.
As they are easy to capture.
Yang dia faham. So for example, I say the word if I say something, right? So then I ask the question, I say, "Korean mana desu ka?" So so what I said is just in Japanese. I 5 years of Japanese. Yeah, Korean mana desu ka? Apakah ini? Correct? Arigato is thank you. Right? So the thing is this, right? If people say nice thing to you, you don't understand, also you don't appreciate, right? If people say nice things about you in the language you faham, you happy ke? Kan marah lah kan? Sebab you faham kan? Tapi kalau I maki you say no, not so nice things in the language you don't understand, it's just water off the duck's back kan? Dia tak lekat pun kan? So whatever that you do, you need to consider these three elements and how it come alive for you. Okay? And okay, another question I ask you is about stakeholder. So when you manage your stakeholder, do you then have a different way of managing your stakeholder? Okay. Of course. So give me a situation. Depends on the stakeholder. Just give me one scenario. Ada cara tak? Ada cerita.
For example, some stakeholders they prioritize follow-ups on progress. Some stakeholders they are more open to letting you manage the task. So you just have to do like a milestone checking. So they are less pushy related. So they allow you to be independent and they trust you that you can complete it.
Okay.
So the different perspectives of that. So you have to set the expectations and manage your tasks accordingly.
Understand? Okay. So that's one perspective. So if I can paraphrase, so there are different types of stakeholders. There are stakeholders who actually follow you through all steps of the way. There are stakeholders that just sit back and give me the outcome of it. You manage to deliver what you say. So then how you manage your stakeholder can also be different. But this is also understanding your commitment to collaboration, knowing who your stakeholder is, and how you tailor and adjust your techniques accordingly. It's a big word, a relationship. Yeah? It's a big word, right? So what we're trying to do is make sure that you use the right tool for the right situation. Yeah? Make sense? Okay. We're going to talk more about our way as we go through the day. So you guys are going to continue to give me an example. Okay. Before we go into the next section, can I check with you as you do your DISC, D-I-S-C, how does it relate to our way? Ada ke? Nampak ke? So when you do something, like you do your survey of DISC, then some of you will be your kecenderungan, your propensity, your preferences is perhaps dominance, correct? And how are you being a dominant person, and how you adjust and use this to your advantage? And how do, for example, in a table of six, like 6 of you, do you have similar personal profile? Mungkin tidak kan? Dari segi yang ni pun tak sama kan? Yeah. So then how do you leverage each other's strength for your team dynamics? So these are the questions that I will ask you, so just on a mojo as we go through the day. It's a Monday, I know. Okay. Can I just check temperature? Are you guys okay with this? Because it's going to be a combination of me saying certain things, of you guys saying a lot more things, and then we collaborate together. Some things we'll get you to do in an individual setting, some things you do in a group setting. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a quick recap. So I do the right thing and speak truthfully. Kalau orang tanya I, because say I now applies in HR, so she may have access on certain data that non-HR people do not have. So if I then ask, Ain, aku nak tahu lah, lepas saya tu rating, Mozambil dapat berapa? You must do the right thing and speak truthfully. You know? Kenapa?
Private and communication information, so we can share others.
Agree ke? Agree. Alah, dah kenal mula. Dah bila kan? Contoh. So I think it's very clear, right? So for example, if you part of who's doing tender work, I think there's some of you doing support in PMU work, like you do PMU work kan? Okay, this is something you get data which is very private and confidential kan? So you need to be clear about that as well. Jadi, I think the responsibility delivery of my work basically is saying is that I will get things done, but with my achievement and respect. I'm respectful. I just want to check with you, unacceptable and exemplary, clear. On the journey, anybody has a question? Are you guys okay with it? Okay, kita jalan. Jalan, okay. So I tell you a question. I tell the truth, but only when it's provide me advantage. What is that? Unacceptable. I tell So macam okay, tapi nanya je jawab. Tapi saya tak jua. Betul dia macam group crowd kan. Semua cakap ya, semua ikut. Okay. Any of your photos in this? No. Okay. Right, results very clear. Level community accreditation and student innovation. Can I just check that? Do you know that this will be implemented in your media review? Would you know? Okay. Last year, when you do your annual performance appraisal, last year for the closure of January, you follow the sharp values, correct? So for your mid-year review that's coming up soon, you will follow this. Yeah. So you need to be able to see and have evidence to say this is how I come up and show up as my evidence, what I do, in which signifies pride in results, and commitment, collaboration, and spirit of innovation to the lead. Okay? Okay. Nobody told you this?
No. You just found out today.
It's a nice to the above. We will use this in every people processes. Yeah? Okay. So unacceptable, we know what it is. It's a violation. Role model is basically exemplary. Tengah-tengah ni dia macam wannabe. Betul? Kan belum sampai. Okay? But basically you need to address the things as you go through. I just talked about pride in results, which is your reports ready? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me introduce you the DISC theory. Okay. So William Marston, who has passed away in 1947, actually defined an early work on this theory. So this theory is the fundamentals come from his work. So he actually did this book, Emotions of Normal People. And then among other things that he's known for is the polygraph test. He's the inventor of this, and also Wonder Woman. Do you know this? Yes. I mean, not Wonder Woman, that you did Wonder Woman.
You just know Wonder Woman.
Okay, so this is the science behind this theory. Okay, what are the personal behavior theory that have you done before, apart from the ISC? MBTI, the 16 MBTI. Okay, anything else? Define quotient. Okay, I call it quotient. The same thing, right? So for those who have seen it or done it, it's okay. When you go to the test link, you can do a few things. You can do the 16, which is MBTI. You can also do the Enneagram. It's free, dalam tu ada. And then you can also do satu lagi the ocean, define the test. But given that this is actually a platform which provides anyone to use it for without cost, so the analysis that's given back to you is baseline. So if you pay more, you get more. Yeah. So typically it costs a few USD to get things done. So okay. Okay. Anybody would like to explain this? Chan, you learned this at university, I'm sure. Okay, this is your level of energy. Where do you spend your level of energy? Okay, so perhaps in a sense that some people like to, on a continuum, focus more on your task. Yeah, so you know where you are. Some people prefer to work with people. So the focus is more on people. The focus here is more on task. Make sense? Okay. Kalau dia focus on task, then dia akan driven by the task. If the opposite of that is that if you're driven by people, you can lebih pada, oh, I need to work with this person, know more of the element. So that's the big difference. So typical engineer will focus on mana? Kita assume kan? So it's actually a mental model, right? So you fikir, lady drivers are better than men drivers, betul? So that's also mental model, right? Because you fikir macam tu. Okay. Berapa orang lelaki dah pilih dia? So you realize that things that you discover by the end of the day, the things that you use all the time, there are some, in academic world, there's certain things that you call it for. Tapi sebenarnya I'm not here to give you lecture, we're just sharing ideas, is that okay? Okay, satu is actually task and people focus. Lagi satu, kat mana you spend energy, some people are more proactive, a bit more high pace punya environment. Some people prefer the opposite, which is reactive, and it's a bit not so fast paced. Dan cakap laid back pun tidak, tapi dia tak fast pace lah. Lebih geng-geng situ lah. So, okay. So when you merge your two preferences, contohnya, if you task focus and you also very proactive, you tend to be here in the dominant side. So dominant dia very, macam mana ya? Dominant. In control. Okay, fair. Alright. Okay. Kalau orang yang conscientiousness ni macam mana? Dia task focus and also very your class saja kan? Kat sini macam mana? You are on influence, you are more people focused. Okay, can be a very dominant person kan? Dia nak bagi like kan? So macam mana? Okay, so you more people focused, you will be belah sini. Then task driven belah sana. It makes sense? This is the two elements you have to. And then when you do your task, is basically would have you would tend to have yang lebih dominant daripada yang, because it's a natural preferences. Okay? Can I go to the next one? Yes. Sebelum tu I show you some. Okay. So quick recap. A dominance tendency will be the direct, decisive, and driven. Okay. Influence is very sociable, very talkative, and very fun, very lively. Steadiness is very patient, they're calm, and dependable. Conscientiousness is very analytical, detail-oriented, and systematic. Okay. We'll have 9 scenarios that you can tell me later. Which one is which one? Okay. Can I go to the next slide? Yes. Okay. You can get this data in this website. So let me share a bit more. Tadi kita bagi you high level, 5,000 feet. Now we go down to 5,000 feet. Okay. So it's driven for D, direct, decisive, strong-willed, self-confident, daring, determined, and fast-paced. Motivated by power and authority, winning, competition, and success. Values competency, concrete results, and personal freedom. Fear, control, loss of control being taken advantage of, and vulnerability. So, if you remember, just now this morning, daripada you punya 4 statement tu, yang mana satu dominant? Mana satu cepat? C. Siapa yang kata bukan C? Kenapa? What's the word that give it away? Yang ni. This is the word. Authority and power. Focus on task. So di sana. So this is a D. So you notice that tiga orang ada D kat sini. So we can see how we get. So again, this is not class of psychology. This is just for you to understand. Okay. So apa dia punya risk dan dia punya orang yang D style ni? And what would be the example of a person who are D style? D style. Example dia daripada D style dia. Sorry. Okay. Possible because they feel control. So tendency to take risks, so because they're very driven to get it done, right? So come on me, I will get it done. And then the person who takes charge in meetings and prefers quick decision making. So that's typically example when you see if your ada tak bos orang macam ni. Kalau ada, you need to know how to manage your boss. Okay. Okay. So basically, when you have a high D and high C, it's a combination of conscientiousness. So you drill my challenge, and then result and accuracy. So long as the challenge, you go for it. So tak semestinya result tu ni, you just, if it's not challenging, I'm not doing it. Nampak tak? So kalau high D saja, dia begini, result, action, and challenge. So more for result, you want to get it done. But D and R, you just influence the action, then dia ada enthusiasm tak orang. Make sense? For the 3 Ds here. Dia tak tentu tau kadang-kadang. Dia buat D example dengan yang you pilih tadi, kadang-kadang tak align. Okay. What's the point of playing if winning isn't a goal? This is the dominance. Kalau buat apa-apa, dia kena menang.
Yes.
Kenal tak?
Yes.
Yes. Anything you gotta add before we go to the next one? Okay. So how do you communicate with the D star? So if I'm a D star, if you talk to me, what do you need to do? If your boss is a D star, okay, let's say I pretend that I'm your boss, I'm a D star. So you need to be able to give me bottom line. It's a what? Yes or no? Be brief and speak up. Kau jangan nak pergi bawa aku pergi Johor, lepas tu pergi Perlis, pusing-pusing kat kucing. Tak nak. Just give me, be brief and speak up. Jangan jadi kucing. D star cannot do that. Focus on decision yang very clear. Avoid jangan. I rasa tak boleh lah. Kenapa boleh? Boleh macam tu. Okay. And then kalau kau repeat 27 kali, memang kau memang lah. Selamat jaga. Focus on solution rather than problems. Kita punya problems on aja. Kita ada problem A, problem C, problem C. Push macam tu, bagi ulang lagi kau punya. So kalau you D, rasa macam mana? Make sense? So if your boss is a D and you're doing the opposite of what he or she wants it, then you understand why you're having stressful collaboration with it. Angguk-angguk gele-gele. Okay. Alright. So we go to the next star, I star. Yang ni very charming, collaborative, energizing, enthusiastic, can be also impulsive. Optimistic and persuasive. Boleh je. So dia nak group recognition tau. Dia suka disayangi dan dia suka dalam this one group. Group activity is a relationship. And then dia tak boleh. Kalau orang tak suka dia, social media tak boleh. Kalau dia tidak influence tak boleh. Kalau kau ignore dia tak boleh. Kalau kau unfriend dia memang masalah. So orang macam mana dia jadi?
People pleaser.
Okay.
Yeah, people.
Okay. So dia suka in favorable environment, but favorable not really, and then a person who enjoys networking, socializing, and events. But bear in mind, it's a kecenderungan, yeah? It's not right or wrong. Yeah. Again, if you have just I, and then you have two dominance, and also that is your style and priorities. Just I is here, and if it's I and S, is steadiness, is collaboration, enthusiasm, and support. Can you see your combination makes a difference? Okay, whoever is happy will make others happy too.
Yes.
Be happy when everyone happy.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm your boss who has an I star. Share your experiences, allow time, then come to ask questions and talk, focus on positive, avoid overloading them with details, don't interrupt them, show respect, there's spontaneity, high energy, and optimism. Adil, what's your I? Adil, so have you been doing this? Now you know better, right? Okay. What reactions do you have? That word, how is it? So we go to S star. So it's very calm, very patient, very predictable. So hari-hari mandi dia akan pakai baju Sapura. Hari mandi. Contoh. Okay. Tapi very warm. Dia tak agresif, dia kasi, dia relax. Dia very loyal. This is generic, ya. Dia tak semua orang manusia sebegitu. Okay, motivated by cooperation opportunities to help, sincere appreciation, loyalty, helping others and security, fears, loss of stability, change, loss of harmony, and offending others. I rasa orang yang lebih high S-star ni, dia nak pergi awal very difficult. Dia tak boleh let go of sharp return. Dia very slow. So what would be the examples of this kind of example? Sapura yang begini. Ada contoh? So dia selalu macam, jangan gaduh. Dia maintain harmony in the team. Okay, no, make sense, kan? So you like that. Okay. So again, if you only has high on S, support, stability, and collaboration. Kalau you combination dengan I dengan C, this is here. The changes slightly different. Okay. So depends what is your D and I and C. Okay. So this is Ralph Waldo Emerson. I think young guys like you guys will know this guy. Anyway, it's an American. Okay. Last question. Sorry. So if you have a boss who's very S-style, you need to be very personal and amiable. Express your interest in them. So macam ni example kat belakang kan. So cakap, let them know what you expect of them. Then take time to provide clarification. Be polite. Avoid being confrontation too aggressive. Kalau you S-style, boss you S-style, you kata, boss kenapa ikut tetap pakai A? You dominant kan contohnya. So Daniel kata dominant, dia pakai I S kan. You rasa I jangan jadi macam mana? Okay, possible. Okay. Tapi kalau you S, you dapat boss yang D macam mana? You kena be clear juga kan? So you need to also understand how to read the situation. You tak boleh cakap dengan boss, by the way, you apa? So you need to know how to read lah, kan? I think later if you're comfortable, then you can ask lah. But normally that's not the first thing that you do. I think in some cultures you tell people, my MBTI is ENFP. Ada kan? Okay, C star, the last one. Okay, very cautious, systematic, very private, analytical, diplomatic, accurate, and reserved. Okay. Motivated by trying to gain knowledge, showing their expertise and quality work, values quality, accuracy, and challenge, fear criticism, slipshod methods, and being wrong. Yeah, betul ke? Okay. Dia tak boleh salah. Dia kena perfect, betul-betul boleh cakap. Kalau pada team member macam mana? I'm just asking. So I am your team member, I'm like this. Joe tanya question dia.
What is slip shots?
Slip shot dia macam buat kerja tak ikut proses dan prosedur. Dia ikut gasak je kan, slip shot. Kau buat kerja tak rapi lah, tak kemas. Itu dictionary Asri lah. Cari Oxford Dictionary banyak sikit. Asal boleh lah, slip shot lah. Okay. Dia tak boleh, dia kena proven and trial work in order for you to get exam. Dia tak boleh macam apa dia macam tu, tak boleh. Okay, the typical, you're going to follow the process on system and safety. Okay, so basically the example would be dia kena ada rules, normal procedures, avoid unfavorable situation, the Chris yang follow procedures meticulously. Tak semestinya orang pasien dia tahu ada sistem. I have not seen your DISE, so I don't know. I'm just saying generally that doesn't work that way. And as you may have remembered from my profile, I have a degree in finance, but I'm not practicing finance. So again, this is your priority: accuracy, stability, challenge, accuracy, and results. Make sense? I know you guys, I think this is okay. I'm just going through your 9 questions. It takes time to do a thing right, then to explain what you did wrong. Agree ke? Yang lain tak tahu? Okay. So if you're talking to the C star, you focus on the facts and details. So you cakap, we can buat first pun tak payah. Macam okay ke? I don't need it. Be patient, consistent, and diplomatics, but they're very structured tau. So you kena agenda 1, agenda 2, agenda 3, okay? You tak boleh jump straight with the key agenda 1 is it? Okay? Basically, the practice work independently, don't put off a more detached approach, but you get what is necessary. Okay? As I mentioned earlier, all the ISC is a blend. There's no one better than the other. Sometimes also situational. You then, what the situation demands of it, and you also will adjust it. And you can improve your communication, teamwork, and personal interaction. Okay? Agree tak? Yeah? Sebelum ni, siapa yang first time buat this kali ni? Yeah? Biasanya you work MBTI, you suka MBTI. MBTI 6 rumah tu. MBTI is slightly different. MBTI, for those who have done it, it's like you have a house, ada 16 rooms. So depending, it's like you tukar kan. Hari ni dekat mana, dekat mana, dekat mana. So, but MBTI is very easy to explain, but not necessarily favoured by psychologists. Psychologists will say that one of the challenges that mana ada orang 16 je macam tu, personality-nya, dunianya tidak begitu. But nonetheless, it's easy to have when you first start a team. That's why you do MBTI, because everybody uses. This is a bit more. You can do it for talent, you can do it for many things, but you need to pay in order for certain things. Yeah? Okay. You can go at thisprofile.com. Okay. Just to recap on the communication of like this. So when you're talking to me, I'm your boss. I'm D. You need to be direct and concise. Kau jangan bawa aku bisa tahu tu. Okay? Make sense? Kalau yang first is just and engaging. Yeah? There's different style. Standing meditation and supportive. Dia kadang-kadang memang cakap slow tau. You kena follow. Okay? And conscientious, be precise and detail oriented. Dia boleh pakai spreadsheet 7. Bawah ke the subset A, dia boleh. You can go into the detail B. So kalau dekat A, kalau dominance kau nak bagi semua supporting spreadsheet, don't waste your time. You done it? Okay, Joe, you done it? Okay, I trust you, move. Kalau I see, I akan cakap you, I nak tengok you supporting. Okay, lepas tu, ini kenapa ni? Tak align ni? Kenapa dia punya alignment tak center? Kenapa center? Kenapa tak align? OCD tu kalau dalam wallet sebelum the QR code di dunia ni kan ada RM20 biasa kan? You pernah tak pergi bayar kat kampus zaman dulu tu, dia akan susun duit dia RM50, RM20, RM10, dia kena satu, dia kena sama. Aku ambil gambar kat sini, dia tak boleh terus balik. Dia tak boleh between. Yang tu different. Tu kau tunggulah dia belakang kaunter dekat dia pusing. Tapi zaman QR code nanti dia dekat. Dah dia lah tu, dia tu nama. Okay? Okay. So if you're in a team, if you find these 3 people yang tadi in your team, one of it is in your team, you use them to drive and lead project. Because dia akan jalan dia tahu. Kalau you suruh dia ni buat, conscientious ni to do, dia boleh buat quality control tapi dia tak lift off. Kau tunggulah kat situ, dia tak gelap. Okay? And then, yang ni kalau yang si steady ni, bila dia akan relative for consistent performance, dia akan konsisten. Okay? Yang ni, dia akan kita so dalam tim ni macam dia makan nasi kan, dia ada yang gemuk, dia ada yang kurus, dia ada yang tinggi, right? So put together semua macam tu. So dalam tim ni pun you kena tengok juga lah you tim macam mana, you kena tahu you macam mana. Dan ada masalahnya bila institution calls for it, you need to Canadian sikit, tukar sikit kan? Kalau semua orang jadi macam ni okay, you have your this report, you can go to this personalities to know more about it. But basically there are many things inside here from personality traits all the way down to building trust, and you can click. Then you know whether, sebab dia cakap if you're a supervisor, you click here, dia cakap your team member, you go into your website, tengok your report. It has a lot of data, walaupun dia percuma, actually quite good. The days, Kalau you bayar yang this, kalau you buat this di ISC yang berbayar tu, you get full report. Jadi dia akan cakap report tu bila you in the normal circumstances, biasa, bila you stressful period, what is your delays and macam mana. So dia akan bagi you the different report. So but here we don't subscribe to that. We don't have budget for that if we do. But this is, I think, for your first time doing it, is good enough. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Macam mana ni? You nak makan dulu? Boleh tengok, boleh tolong tak? Ada tu. Kalau tidak kita buat lagi. And then how are you guys so far? How are you ladies so far? Easy kan? Sorry. So he's honest. Kita tak tahu. So let's synchronize your clock. What time do you have on your clock? Okay, what time do you have there? Okay, what penalty shall we give to people who is not on time?
Chicken dance.
Okay, okay. Pukul berapa nak masuk? 10:45? 10:50. Okay. Okay, somebody clock 10:45. Siapa yang tak masuk sini by 10:45? Individual ke group? Group. Okay. So you expect for people ke one lah. Kita nak tengok yang bising ni yang buat chicken dance. Okay, enjoy your break. Thank you so much. Okay, can I get there? Is there a performance that we need to proceed? No. Okay. Let's recap. So what we've done this morning is a recap of the hour week, and then we've done the 4 statements. So kita check balik plan organizing ni tadi apa kita cakap? Plan organizing. C. Steadiness. Steadiness kat sini ke kat sini ke sini? Steadiness. Okay, yang ni yang mana? Bawah sini. So you rasa yang nombor D tu is bawah sini? Supporting others and work in teams. Ni S. Okay, belah sini is S. Belah sana tak jawab. So ke belakang jawab apa? Kita tanya ke belakang.
Dominant.
Okay, you all cakap di mana? So you know what we mean kan? So we tadi bila you introduce yourself tadi ada 4 statement betul? So you pilih kan ikut you punya gerah hati, rasa hati, timbul rasa timbang cara betul? So sekarang kita rasa lepas sudah belajar BODISC, dan kata you map balik yang 4 statement tu. Tadi sebelum kita break kita kata statement C adalah D dominant. Itu ada 4 orang yang ikut D itu. So sekarang kita ada D dah ambil, I, S, C yang belum lagi ambil, betul? Betul. Okay, so sekarang statement A ayam, B bola, C dah tak ada, D double. Okay, yang mana satu? Double says what is that? D for the goal. D apa? Dia kata supporting others and work in a team. Itu apa? So C. Sekali. Cik. This is ni bukan exam, okay? Kalau ini bos you tak tahu ke pingsan ke? Okay? Lagi sekali. Tunggu together. Kejap ya. Let's make it. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ini motivated by social recognition, I kan, group activities, relationship, value, coaching, counselling, freedom, fears of socialization. Okay? So dia kata, untuk I style ni, interact with people, enjoy working and socializing event, betul? So dia suka, whoever is happy with me, ada set itu. Okay. Apa-apa kita ulang kaji. Yang ni termasuk S. So sekarang ada A, B dengan D kan, tak tahu kan? Yang ni dia tahu dah. So orang kasi dah tak sabar dah. Kalau dia ulang lagi sikit. Kita cik okay. So S, motivation, cooperation, opportunity to help, sincere appreciation, change of loss of harmony, offending others. Kita boleh. So dia calm, control over expected changes, steady support and maintains harmony in the team. Steady. So keyword dia kan support, supporting others and work in team. Yes. So jadi apa tadi? Okay. 2 out of 50% ni dah lepas lagi kan? Okay. Terus kan you pilih yang ini C dengan B. Okay. Oh kita tekan tu ngadu senang. Kita pergi balik So kita pergi balik kepada so you ada sama dia jawapan dia C atau I betul tak? So C. Tadi tu reply apa? Systematic. Plan organizing. Ini kat mana? is about planning and organizing, betul? Okay. You take less time to do things right and to explain why you did it wrong. Okay. So kita tengok the last step. You kena pergi balik I kan tadi kan? I bulan gaji dia suami. Okay. So this is I.
Plan and spontaneity.
Tiga tak sabar dah. Okey, jawapan yang A apa? Plan organizing. C. Kata C. Okey, setuju semua? Okey. Yang ni? Sebab dia last kali je. Okey. So basically, dominant ni independent and focus on the task, betul? Yang tadi graf tadi people yang task kan? Okey. So people, okey. You are with me because kalau tidak sangkut tau lepas ni. Kita sangkut tau. Kalau tak clear, let's belah gaji. Is it okay? Alright. So this is a group activity. Okay? So dia banyak cerita kat sini. Let me explain to you dulu. Dia ada step 1, 2, 3, dia ada rules dia. Okay? Step 1, you can appoint, you can come and form a group. So then kita suruh duduk kat table, then you akan duduk in your table. Then lepas tu I akan bagi page with the best photo. Lepas tu belakang foto tu ada specific scenario. Kamu je akan. I design this untuk you makan lunch tu kan. So you take time choosing a best photo and receive the corresponding scenario. Step 2. So in your table, please discuss apa dia punya DISC. Lepas tu for each character. Dan setiap scenario ada 2. Satu scenario ada 2 karakter. Okay?
Satu scenario 2 karakter.
Betul. So contohnya Ali dan Abu, Siti dan Rahma. Berarti you kena define lah Ali itu apa. So, okay, boleh. Okay, senang je. Lepas tu, you kata, kalau betul, you Ali dan Abu itu betul, you bolehlah bergerak ke seterusnya, memberitahu kita apakah explanation for next step. Betul dapat laporan. Masih berbeza-beza. Ada yang dapat 0, ada yang double point. Okay, so pilih yang betul. Ya. Lepas tu, katalah grup biru yang punya turn, dia salah. Grup lain boleh steal. Dia salah kan? Steal. Okay, you boleh steal. And then with the highest point at the end will win. And then setiap orang ada 2 minit je. So you have 2 minutes to present your analysis. And then everyone in the group must collaborate. Kalau ini, and then you can respect each presentation respectfully dan wait untuk berubah. So dekat sini pun ada algorithm juga. Clear? Senang kan? Very simple. Okay. And then split all into 3 group.
Kalau macam tu kita saja.
Ada orang Sarawak tak kat sini?
Ada Victoria.
Victoria. Macam mana you kira yang Sarawak? 1, 2, 3?
Liban.
Whichever. Which is not bahasa Melayu. Sikit. Sikit, 2, 3. Sikit, 1, 2, 3.
I must say 1, 2, 3.
Ada opportunity sama kan? Kira sama dekat kan? Sama. Jangan kira sama.
Sabar lain.
Sama macam mana?
Iso, duo, tolu.
Oh, okey. Okey. Lagi sekali.
Tapi saya tanya iso, duo, tolu, opot, limo, enam.
Okey, itu kita tadi kau iso, duo, tolu.
Iso, duo, tolu.
Mari kita bersama-sama kira. Iso, duo, tolu. Okey, iso, duo, tolu. Okey, I'm going to speak with the 3. Okey. You count 1, 2, 3 in the bahasa Sabah. Okey, jangan lupa tau. Okay, so you can. So team Iso, macam mana? Okay. Team Iso kat situ boleh? So you move, okay, back here, move to the Iso. Team 2 belas ikut. Kita boleh? Team 3. Iso, team Iso boleh? Okay, kita bagi. Thank you. dengan Natasha. Saya tidak tahu ada kita sama.
Kita sama.
So I want to make fish. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Okay, Team Isos, raise your hand please. Alright. Team Tolu. Follow. Duo. Alright, cool. Okay, seperti biasa. Do you notice that the kapal is not biru? We had the international office people come to see us last time. So I had one day session with them. They were telling that gambar yang you all tengok yang first day itu, yang mingam-mingam ni, semua dah jadi budak. So this is the latest colour. Apparently, this is the correct one. Okay. It's one white. Okay. Tim satu, Iso.
Sini.
Yang mana satu pilihan hati kapal anda?
Sapura compass.
Disclaimer, the size of the kapal tak ada sangkut paut dengan the size of the markah. Okay. Kalau ada, adalah satu kebetulan tidak ada pada yang hidup atau yang mati. Yang mana tadi sorry? Compass. Yang tengah, oh okay, macam main. Okay. Your 2 minutes starts now. So you decide this one and this one, and then you tell us what's the next step. Oh, sorry, okay, half a second left. Sorry, 1 minute. You go boleh. Kita jemput juru cakap dari kumpulan 1, senario 9. Okay, Zaman.
So based on the scenario number 9, okay, the first person, Claire, as a training coordinator, she can be classified as systematic.
Okay.
Because she prefer more to structure approach.
Okay.
And she's based on the scenario, she look a bit something precise, detail, orientation kind of person. So for Ismail, who is as a field engineer, he's a kind of influence person because his plan is looks more to engaging with everyone in the workshop.
So therefore, SIDISC.
So as for DISC, I can say it's I and C. I for Ismail and C for Claire.
Dia macam nama dia alfabet sama kan? Jom kau mati. Okey. Kau rasa betul tak? Boleh. Betul. Kita tengok betul tak? Okay. So next step ni apa? So dia betul dah, so tak boleh steal. So Ismail is influence and then Claire is conscientiousness. Okay. So the next step apa you rasa? So sekarang ada 2 different option kan? Okay. Ismail, so if you are then the boss, what you then say, what is your next step?
Find a win-win situation.
Okay. Maybe can combine both activities, like having system approach at the same time. Can consider Ismail idea as well, which means let everybody engage with the activities, so that 2 people perspective has been achieved. And as a boss, it could be a good decision lah.
Okay. So remember in the morning earlier we mentioned about example kalau you want buat training, the training must be correct, right? We just safety training example we say, right? So the PPE and whatnot must be clear, right? But you also must use a different language, right? Make sure people understand what you train people on. So you then have Claire, who is very what we call that must be like this, right? So then you have Ismail to say that hey, kita kena embrace people, but now you need to merge it together. Betul? Okay. So semua setuju dengan tim 1? Yes. Tim kita tu kan dapat 50 kan? Congratulations. Okay. Tim yang kedua. Tak ada, tak sama trust ni. Ada. Tapi tak tahu lah kan? Cik lah. Dua kan? Jadi Pilih. Pezio. Pezio. So you have Daniel dengan Islam. Okay. You two dah started ya.
Kita dah okey dah. Dah dapat dah? Okey, nak jawab sebelum masa pun boleh, no problem. Lah. Okey. Okey, persilakan.
We believe Daniel is dominant because he prioritizes the completion date, the deadline, staying ahead of the completion, hitting the milestone. So that's why we think he's dominant. Isla, we think she is influencer, okay, because she prefers to have the communication with the stakeholders, and also she wants to do it because she wants to prioritize building positive relationships throughout the project, not just for the sake of getting it done. Yeah, so it's D and I. D for Daniel, I for Islam. Coincidence?
So satu very high dominance using Daniel, and then one is Isla. Daniel is a bit more on the influence side. Okay, that's okay. Betul. So next set macam mana ni? Daniel dengan Islam ni. So identifying the profile, okay. And then macam tadi dia explain, you do this, you explain your thinking about it as well.
Expectation okay, kami ambitious sangat tapi punya realistic here realistic goals lah bukan kawasan pas dia diri boleh contribute develop agree apa engineer bukan engineer okay so balik tadi nak you agree or disagree kan kalau tidak cara dia present you copy. So we think that to merge this together, both of the ideologies, we think that on Daniel's part, he needs to manage his expectations and set a realistic goal, a realistic milestone that is achievable with his team. At the same time, focusing on Isla's perspective, which is to make sure that the team is developed and empowered to reach that goal. So making sure the team is on the same page. So it's not that we do this for the sake of achieving the goal, but do this to achieve the goal and also make sure we do it safely, we deliver it correctly, and that no LTI, all that safely, and we actually deliver it as per spec as our client requested. So making sure the team is happy with the work we do, and also that we hit a realistic, achievable milestone that is not too far-fetched.
On a real situation, when you set up a refinery unit, so refinery unit ni, should I just give you a bit of a background? So when you correct, so sometimes what happens is that when you open a well, sometimes you get gas, sometimes you get crude, correct? So the upstream work is actually to pull it out, correct? So macam kita are contracted to the main con. So sometimes kita lay out the pipeline to make sure all things gets through, betul? So for those who are the major oil players who have refinery, so contohnya dekat Malaysia ni banyak dekat Port Dickson, betul? There's a Hengguan refinery, usually Shell refinery. There is also another refinery kan? Okay, tak apa. It's not geography necessary. So what happens is that bila you dapat crude oil dalam refinery itu, I think for those who learn this, dia ada cat cracker. Dalam cat cracker tu dia akan ada higher punya suhu, dan the crude akan macam-macam ada different things. Betul tak? That might make sense. So what I'm doing in layman terms about those who do not have engineering background who also understand. So then you get different output, something like you get output bitumen and whatnot. So there's a refinery unit. So dia punya fire tu akan sentiasa flare tau kalau you pergi kat sana. So kalau you nak create a new refinery unit, dia akan obviously kalau dekat area tu, kalau you duduk dekat situ as a stakeholder, you will not be happy kan kalau suddenly buat refinery kat situ kan? Fair, right? Because sentiasa tahu ada, sometimes you pun juga kan? So then when you want to do, kalau you Daniel you say it's a very high dominance. Aku nak siap je betul? Do I can? I'm bringing you money, I'm bringing a refinery here for you, and you're going to get employment for your people, betul? On the other side, this side is actually saying that our Islam is saying that you need to work with the stakeholder, making sure all these things. Yes, so you can see the difference. So in real life, this is very real. Yeah. So contohnya dekat Pengerang kita ada B. Pengerang is a location in Johor. So it's a big Saudi Aramco dengan punya partnership dekat Johor kan, kawasan penerangan tu. And across the road, across the sea, selat tu, when I used to work for another multinational in Pulau Bukom, there's also a big refinery there. So refinery dia banyak rules and regulation by law of environment and semua-semua. So you need to be able to adhere to the standards. So walaupun if you have both business, upstream and also downstream, okay, when oil price, crude oil is high, siapa untung? Upstream untung, betul? Betul kan? Sebab you jual harga mahal kan? You korek-korek jual, dia tak kira kan? So kalau orang downstream waktu price oil mahal, dia rugi ke tak? Sebab dia kena beli harga mahal kan? Dia untuk process it, right? So when you have both business, when the price turun macam ni, so yang you refinery punya business akan make margin kan? Lebih margin daripada biasa because you beli crude oil at a cheaper price. So you need to be able to manage this juga lah. So tapi some businesses dia ada sebelah je upstream aja. So that's why you can see sometimes dia tak ada the equalizing effect, macam the balancing between your profit. Because I spend banyak tahun dekat situ kan, so this thing comes very natural lah for us to understand. Being a refinery is a different story. I was in a plant for 3 years, so that's how it works. Kalau cakap toolbox, kasar kita toolbox pukul 7:30 pagi. Okay? So you have plant open 24/7. Okay? So this one clear? Agree with it? So nampak macam satu senario je tau, tapi you need to be clear. When you go into a country to do a refinery unit, it can be any lah refinery ke, you buat gas processing unit ke, whatever you want to do, you must be clear. The people of the country has your commitment to collaboration to must take precedent. Any comments? The group is still ready to go?
Yes.
Nampak dah tulis tau. Nampak tau. Sama. Kalau explain macam I tadi dapat lah. Macam tu je, itu jawapan Google.
Each Daniel.
Need it too. Okay, so we back to team 3. Macam mana sebut tadi? Aku selalu suka jadi sebut lagi. Okay, tim tuan dulu pilih yang mana ini?
Sapura Constructor.
Constructor. Thank you. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Okay, siapa yang nak explain kat kita? Okay, kita dengar Joe punya explanation.
Okay, so we think that Susan, personality-wise, she goes for steadiness. David is dominance. Agreed?
Kenapa David dominance?
Because of their initials. I mean, for Susan, we're saying steadiness because as the word steady is already there, she takes a methodical approach and she's also detail-oriented. For David, he's assertive and he's aggressive and he's assertive and he's aggressive, so he likes to take control of how things should work. So how would they work together, or how are they going to solve, come up with a resolution? For David, since he's the dominant one, he should take the lead, and he should drive the team.
Okay.
And Susan, she should be the one who comes up with strategy, the planning on execution part. So it's more of like project manager and project engineer sort of a thing, or planning engineer.
I understand. So you're saying that one is minimizing the risk. So whilst you let David run with it, project it, so quickly because you get results, right? Because B is looking for challenges, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I just want to get it done, right? So and for Susan is making sure that whilst he runs very quickly,
we have a plan. Like not just going without a plan. We're not going deep. We're not diving without a plan. We actually have a plan. We have we come up with a strategy, a well thought way of how to handle it, and then we execute it. That's what Susan has to do. That's how they work together. But at the same time, David should also be willing to listen. Although he wants to dive in, he should also be willing.
Okay. Do you think it's easy to get people who's very dominant to listen? Yes.
That could be one of their weaknesses, something that they should improve, but it's something that they could develop, skill that can be developed.
So I think we need to also, okay, if you have, thanks Joe, the answer is correct. So thanks for that. So if I am dominant, so I can listen to people because I run very quickly. So and I report to you guys, right? So how do you guys going to manage me? You can. how you guys are going to manage me?
Yeah, waiters.
Sorry. For example, right, because this is how it looks like, right? You need to know how to manage your team members. You also need to manage upwards. So yes, up and down, betul? So you guys will be, if you guys are managing people already, coming soon, right? Taklah terkejut kan? Okay. So if you have people like David reporting to you, how are you going to manage it? Kita tengok tadi ada combination. So as a D, how do you communicate with the D? Kita remember tadi kan, D, you were straight to the point, kita pusing-pusing, kan macam tu kan, tak bawa dia pergi satu dunia, bawa pusing-pusing balik tak kan. So kalau dia report kat you macam mana? Because you have to remember you hire kan, so dia bawah you kan, so dia suka control kan, you ready kan bagi kan, so macam you nak manage it. Because it's going to be real life, you know. It doesn't have to be GMT, you know, GMT have to manage other people. So people dominantly tak kira GMT ke tak GMT, betul? So everybody is there, right? Kalau your spouse is the dominant, macam mana? Okay. Ideas.
Can I have the timeline so I can observe everything?
Tapi exco control tau, Tara.
We present like what are the pros and cons.
So you remember you are my supervisor, right? Okay.
I tell you to keep in line.
Yes. Sorry?
I just tell you to follow the plan.
Okay. If you do that ticket, meaning that I'm your boss, therefore my way is highway. Is my way or highway? Is it going to be exciting for David if I'm David working with you?
No.
Susah kan? So you make him menang, but you know David will not be very happy lah. Correct? Kan? So apa cara-cara lain? So remember David macam mana? I macam mana? So tadi I kan dia banyak senario tadi kan? So kita buat D since it came down, right? So I like control. I like to be given authority. I like to move. I know what I'm doing. And literally, how are you as supervisor can manage me if like that? If that's my kecenderungan. That's my question, betul? In a longer version. So macam mana? The days are not very far for me managing people like me. D, Kamila D. It's high dominance. So macam mana kalau you dapat orang macam ni? I'm sure kat universiti ada kan macam ni kan? And high dominance ni dia cerdik ke? Tak nak dulu, right? Your preferences is your preference, right? It's not anything to do with the IQ, right? Dia lah, macam mana? B, sorry.
Constant meeting, so
constant meeting?
Yeah, so we know where they're standing.
Okay, so you kena tahu I buat apa. Okay, think through. If you are me, I like control, I run for it, that's my desire, and I know what I'm doing. Jadi kan? So you keep on asking me for meeting update. Kau rasa? Tell me. Boleh tak? Contoh. You know? So this is, you need to think through, because you are dominant ni, dia tak ramai kau tadi 4 je kan? But the chances of getting reporting to you ada lah kan? Full dominant. Dominant ya, so I'm not gonna, okay let's work this together. So meeting banyak term mungkin tidak kan? Kalau I contohnya, sorry bagi task, okay bagi task. I want you to do this. So David?
Just explain the timeline, apa expectation yang which timeline tu, then I give you a task lah. I expect you budget line to the.
Okay, so how I do it? Up to me, right?
None of your business.
What's in your... So that's what do you think of that suggestion? So I agree, you give me full authority, bukan full tadi, you give me control, so I can run a project, you cuma cakap kan, okay David, you get it done. So how you do it? Bukan lah, you have to... So law is tak dia mencuri benda tak nak lah kan, so that's up to you, kan you tak up to me? Sudah blanket, kan you told me right? Dia tak dominant lah. Okay, so that's one way. So they may work better than suggestion yang tadi tu, which is to monitor I selalu. Right? Okay, that may not be quite... Okay. Okay, you in your CV better? Okay? Because, you know, they are all four kecenderungan ni akan jumpa. And there is some combination. And you have to remember, at the times that you clear situation juga kan? Right, so you may not have people reporting to you now, but you have many stakeholders, right? Asking you many things, right? Dia je penting. It's okay? Alright. Thank you. So 40 markah. Macam mana? Oh, dia extra? Oh, sebab extra cukup mas? 20. Setuju ke? Kita tak setuju, sebab apa?
5 okey, 5.
Dia kata 5.
3.
So kita 10.
10 lah.
10.
Oh, are you okay? Dia ada request kat sini. Okay.
5, just 5. 5.
5. dapat bersyukur.
Okey. Kau nak ke tak nak?
Why?
Besok kita ambil hari 25 nak.
Yes, 5.
Okay, right, first round. So far kita di training from behind adalah tingkat gangsa. Tingkat silver di sini dan mahal di sini. Okay. I think you guys are getting the hang of it, right? So you get better at it. Okay, good. I need 2 volunteers, I think. Okay. I need 2 volunteers. So please come and have a conversation.
Hi, Itifaz Sudin.
Hello, Atika.
So how's your weekend?
So it's gonna be a long weekend. So we start at Friday night, play badminton, and then Saturday hiking, and then Sunday jogging.
Where you go to hiking?
So I went hiking at Ketumbar Hill at Ceras.
With
With Shami and Amir. He's from Lefi.
Is it fun?
Of course, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun because most of the time at work you see the screen and we go on hike, we see a long distance item project. So it's quite good for me. Yeah.
Good.
So how about you?
For me?
What's going on with you on the weekend?
Well, I just going back to my lovely hometown in Gerante, Pahang. Yeah, I see my family.
And yeah, habis tu betul lagi kan. What's best about Gerante?
Yeah, Gerante we have Taman Negara.
Taman Negara.
You can go
Kayak.
row your boat, kayaking. Yeah, you can go animals feeding. Oh yeah, and we also have Gunung Jelantut. So
Gunung Jelantut.
yeah, you can go hiking there if you want.
So you are saying in the perspective of the tourists.
Yes, because
Do
we
you
do
go
like
there? You should go there.
I don't go there. If you and Shami want to go there, I accompany you. I go.
Don't shake your
Nervous.
And
And how's life?
About work, you mean? So about work, I think this month, August. Okay lah, kerja okay je. Kerja okay je.
You look happy.
You look happy. Oh, of course. How about you? How about the works?
The works.
I think you are rotating to another department.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to Sapura Subsea Service Department, SSS. So, just doing a work back. Don't have any stress work so far, but yeah, I'm good.
They have Wednesday morning breakfast over there.
Yeah, I just 1 week there.
So you don't know what will happen on Wednesday.
I heard that you joined Merdeka Parade training. Is it okay for you?
Truthfully, panas. Do I like it? Not really.
Can you show us your matcha?
We will see on 31st August.
So in television, right?
Yes. Do not give a comment how I. So yeah, there you go. Are we done?
Okay, so let's debrief. What do you feel individually when you having that conversation? Comfortable? Okay. Okay. Rasa macam mana?
Soalan tu macam agak generic.
Okay. So hati rasa macam mana daripada bahasa?
Tak boleh buat.
So you guys macam mana? Because you know this two kan? Kita punya pelakon yang dan appreciate ini kan? So what is your feedback? Some question invite yes and no, betul? Dah makan? Dah. Kan? Versus tu, kau apa tadi? Lain kan? Soalan tu jawab bagi jawapan lain kan? So kadang-kadang jawab soalan tu lebih kepada Akhil tanya pasal weekend, lepas tu kat mana dia pergi kan. So it's very clear kan, you follow through. Oh, you baca ni, you buat apa je. So it's more reflecting, or you said you actually naik gunung ke dia kan, and you tanya pasal the fact that you came through Modesty, right? So it's about asking that question. You realize that you already have the skill set already, asking question. Yeah, so you already know how to do a respectful conversation. Okay, so thank you so much, both of you. Okay, can I go to the next one? So I mentioned just now ada yang open-ended question, right? So there's also question that you reflect. Ada yang probing, tanya lebih kan? Dekat jalan tu ada apa, betul? So different types of question that you ask, betul? So jalan tu ada apa, semua. So there's a type of question you can ask. Suddenly clarify. Okay? So that's one. When to ask ni, bila you ask question biasanya? Ke? So kadang-kadang dia jawab, tapi tak mencukupi. So kita tanya lagi. So when you ask question, right? Okay. So lagi basic stuff ni. Apa kelebihan kau tanya soalan ni? Okay, get info. Say okay.
Gather the info that you want to know by following through.
Sebab di end of the day mungkin pas Nabi jalan tu, tak sure kan? So you tanya apa dekat jalan tu kan? Mungkin jalan tu banyak durian juga.
Yeah.
Kan?
But I don't like durian. So I didn't tell him lah ada durian.
Okay. You share what you want to share.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay? You understand, right? Simple conversation, but you know you want to be so that the conversation very fast dengan Atika tadi, they both come to the same page, betul tak? Bila semua seorang pergi kat Gunung Jelantur, seorang pergi kat gunung apa tadi kat Ceras tadi? Ketumbar. Okay, right. There's news to me. I didn't know there's a gunung in Ceras. Thank you. Okay, makes sense. Boleh. Alright, can we go to the next section? Yes. Okay, so as I promised, there are 4 parts that we're going to go through. So emotional regulation, clarity in communication, active listening, collaborative negotiation. So wording ni macam big wording tu. Sebenarnya it's just simple stuff. Okay. So yang ini is basically managing your emotion. And you know sometimes we'll talk about how do you manage because sometimes the conversation can be stressful. Yeah? How do you calm yourself? Have you been in a conversation that, alamak, I should have said that. Why should I? So those will be the first section. Clarity in communication. We think we speak clearly, betul? But I think we're going to share a bit more what is about, because when you say I statement, and then also be aware of non-verbal cues. Non-verbal maksudnya, if I say macam ni, I kata ula, ataupun fight, api. Itu tuan suara, betul? So kalau I dengan tangan-tangan, berbeza kan? Okay, so we talk about that later. So principles of active listening, effective techniques and affirming understanding about active listening, because we have 2, but we normally don't use this as much. And then we will part off here a bit more how we negotiate sometimes. Be aware of the style, and sometimes you also need to be clear is that respectful, to part ways as well. Yeah, is it okay? No. So don't worry. So we're gonna go this one. We will cover managing emotion, becoming panic, developing empathy, practicing patience, and the pause button. Dah dengar pause button? Tekan handphone ada pause tak? Tekan pause button itu. Okay. I'm going to share with you here. As I share this, some of this material you can get from the market. Yeah. So this is to me emotional intelligence. What you can matter more than IQ. By Daniel Coleman. Siapa yang dah baca Coleman buku ni? Kalau ada buat salah ni, tolong betulkan saya. Right? I don't get any commission, but I think it's a good book if you want to get your hands on it. Okay? Right. So basically, managing emotion is about ability to recognize. So recognize that bila you marah, you sedih, to manage you must recognize that, understand and influence your emotions and the emotion of others to respond to situation in a balanced and constructive manner. Have you been yelled at? No. Okay. Some people yes. Have you yelled at people?
Yes.
Itu laju sikit kan. So bila yang menerima tu, dia ada impact kan. So it's about how you manage that. And basically, the key points about there's also emotional hijacking, awareness, self-regulation, emotional intelligence, and when you apply all this emotion that we go about. Okay, you all pernah dengar emotional hijacking tak? So basically, kalau hijack ni maksudnya dia hijack you lah kan. So normally you macam happy senyum suddenly macam tu kan. Okay? So emotional hijack, right? So bila jadi macam ni kadang-kadang it's out of your control. Pernah tak you rasa, I shouldn't say that, I shouldn't yell at him. Ada contoh yang menarik?
Masa kau jumpa apa dia kereta tu tulis datang kan, kau marah dia tak? Buat sampah berterata ke? Contohnya dia Tika.
Contoh?
Ada lagi contoh ke? Tak nak. Okay. So kadang-kadang emotional hijacking ni, bila your emotion takes over, it hijacks you, then in a sense that it lead to impulsive behavior ataupun outburst. Itu sebenarnya. Okay? Sebab you tak boleh control you. Kalau dalam wayang boleh ambil emotional outburst banyak kan? Boleh tengok kan? Okay? So basically you need to also be aware that when you know that it's coming, then when you stop. You pernah tak rasa, aku nak marah betul tak kan? Okay, tapi kadang-kadang orang yang sama level dengan you, dengan orang yang bawah dengan you, versus your supervisor, ada beza ke you control?
Ada.
Okay, macam mana you control kalau you rasa you dalam meeting and suddenly you feel in that conversation macam nak gelegak ni, how you manage with your higher superior tadi? Astaghfirullah. Okay. Meditation perhaps? Yeah. So how do you recover? So you tahu how do you recover from it? Cara-cara sendiri, smile je. Okay, once time you let it go, right? Dia macam datang, okay, move. Okay, lagi. How do you protect yourself? How do you manage that?
Take a break.
Sorry? Take a break. Okay, we can take a break. Toilet lagi. Okay. So if you take from istighfar tadi tu, there's also in for Muslim you've been asked if you're very angry and whatnot, if you're standing you should sit down, right? So we know about that, right? So that's an example. Any other tadi?
If you feel like you know you're not in the right position to make the decision or say something, better not say, acknowledge it later when you're feeling better. I mean, if you're too tired or you're too overwhelmed, okay, it's not the right time to be like this, I can just later when I feel better.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's talk about superior. Boleh ke? Itu dia ni. Dia itu dah. Has that worked for you? Itu superior? Oh, you never had to do it? Okay, let's prepare. Cara. Okay.
MC, but manage the expectation.
Kebi, I think you had so many bosses kan? Tadi pas introduction tu.
Yes.
Ada beza ke? Bos-bos ni? Ada ke? Ada boleh share tak untuk kita pandai bersama-sama?
So one of my managers gave me some advice on how to manage each bosses. So he said that I need to switch from one personality to another personality.
Macam mana dia? This is intriguing, okay? Kau cerita gini.
Okay, the boss who gave me advice is a very chill type of guy.
Okay.
So he said, you don't have to be so scared of me. So you can talk normally, we can have a normal conversation. But another boss, a female boss, she's a little strict person.
Gender bias. Lepas tu?
She's a little strict person, so when I talk to her, I have to be on my toe because sometimes she asks me some questions, so half of the time I might not know the answers.
Okay.
So I need to know how to answer her questions properly so that I don't make her angry because I don't want to get scolding from her.
Tapi who in this world like to be scolded? Angkat tangan. So what we say is that you punya cara-cara regulate yourself, right?
Yeah.
So before you see the female boss and strict tu, you
I
kena
try
tahu.
to prepare myself first because mentally prepare.
Okay. So you must know your stuff lah, betul? Sambil get your, make sure you know your stuff before you see it lah. Okay. So I hear about tadi you say, if you're tired, you want to say can you ask for excuse lah, kan? You saying is that before you go in, you must go in prepared. So we talk about tadi tarik nafas, let it go, so you get here kan? You saying is that jadi kanan masuk keluar kiri, right? So what else have we heard just now? Take a break, betul bagi tandas tadi tu kan? Okay. So, okay. So I think know your trigger. My I think the learning I have is that know our trigger before it gets worse, right? Because what is the Malay pepatah? Telajak perahu. Telajak kata. Okay, anybody don't understand that? Dia macam pergi kedai lah, nice to see but once broken, kasi that's all. Not the same but similar lah. Okay, alright. So I think we have a video, quick one to see.
So to recap, the amygdala is a brain structure that lets us know if there is a threat in our environment. The amygdala protects us from danger by shutting off the thinking brain and allowing us to respond quickly to threats. This is called the amygdala hijack because the thinking brain is taken over by the emotional brain. When activated in minor situations that are not life or death related, We can make bad decisions that we'll regret since our thinking brain has been hijacked. Constant amygdala activity where we're in a state of fear or stress is dangerous to our health in so many ways. We'll learn how to calm down your amygdala and regain control of our thinking brain.
Okay. So what comments we have? This is new information for some of us. Okay. But you know that anyway, kan? It's just that you don't know this is apa nama dia lah, kan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is possible. So I think I'm sure you heard about cases if you Google, kan, yang somebody slapped somebody on a plane, kan? So because that happens lah, among other things. Okay. So be aware of that. Manage your emotion because your conversation can also be very emotive in that manner. Okay. Anything else everybody want to add before you go to this slide? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so this is basically kita dah bincang ni lebih kurang sama. So bila you rasa you under stressful position atau macam tu, how do you manage to be calmer? So tadi kita nak take a break, breathing, mindfulness, and whatnot. Cry. I have cry as well, kan? So let it go. And basically, sometimes you because we are in the Olympic season, you notice that as these runners or this athlete before they start, you can see sometimes they mounting something, right? Yeah, orang tu physical lah, kan. So macam if you look at some of the documentary, they say that they keep themselves very positive about it. They envision who is that Amal Horse guy yang menang for the American gymnastic group, that male. So he says that he's going viral in the internet, kan. He says that I visualize every turn that I do and whatnot. This guy and this nerd guy yang menang that gold medal pada team. No? Yes? I think there's something else that you guys found out about this one. But anyway, so basically, power of positive visualization. Yeah. You heard about postmortem, betul?
Yeah.
Okay. So after it happened, you do postmortem. Sometimes medical term is actually the cadaver, and then make sure apa yang terjadi sebelum meninggal, betul? That's a postmortem. Have you heard about pre-mortem? The concept pre-mortem? So pre-mortem is actually sebelum postmortem, obviously lah, kan? Pre dengan post lah, kan? So basically, if you have a big project, if we can take our way project, contohnya. So before you execute the whole project, you masukkan everybody in this meeting to think through what possibly go wrong now before you start. So you actually do pre-mortem before you execute something. So that's what basically it means. So you conduct your pre-mortem before you actually do a big project, so that you know what are the risks and you can improve the planning and whatnot. But pre-mortem will work better if you have every other discipline coming into the discussion. So pre-mortem is actually been in the market quite a long time. Kita tak berapa tahu, kan? Okay? Any comments and reaction? Okay. So one more video.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy?
Yes.
I think sympathy is easier than empathy.
Okay, at least you have an opinion. Kan? Thank you, Ayn. Anything else? I think sympathy is like that, like, at least you have this. Empathy, when you have a conversation, with somebody else, do you know whether that person dengar you ke tidak? You tahu, kan? Kalau cakap dengan bos you, lepas tu dia, I'm listening, no? I'm listening, no? It's different, right? So you're not full undivided attention. But do you do the same? Guilty as charged. Betul? So how do you develop empathy? I think the empathy here is saying that the ability to understand and share feelings of others, seeing situation their perspective and responding with compassion. So their perspective, you try to put yourself in their issue. Lepas tu, okay, key points about if this is about active listening. Active listening ni basically, macam mana active listening?
Respond with the right.
Sounds like just using the ears.
Faham? Okay, faham? Okay. Actually, faham can you just check? Faham tu maksudnya okay ke tak okay? Checking my understanding because you guys are different generation, kan? Dengar kan? Faham? I get you or not? I don't get you. Because situation, I don't. Okay. So there's also a situation whereby that you need to understand the perspective because you put in that person's shoe, right? Understand their perspective. And then what response is you consider compassionate? Coming from a place of true understanding. Macam tadi tu Ilias, dia kata anak dia is failing, Ilias, your girl is an A student. Is that a compassionate? Tidak kan?
Not trying to belittle or compare their pain or suffering to something else that you think is not that good.
Okay. So because every experience is unique, betul?
So for example, if I then say Naja has this experience, okay, mungkin, but I also have, but it's not the same, right? So experience, I don't know, is very different, right? Okay. So how do you apply this developing empathy in Germany? It's always, you now know, right? It's a knowledge for you, right? So how do you apply it at work, in real life? Okay, tak ada binatang kat situ. I setuju. Macam mana tu, Chan? Orang lain? Ada orang lain? So just now kita dengar pasal amygdala hijack kan. So we know that the emotion brain will take over from kita punya thinking brain. Thank you. So that's one piece, right? So we know that. So we know what may happen, right? So this one is actually about how do you develop empathy so that you membantulah in that conversation to have a respectful conversation. Else you become at least catalytic. Okay. So what's your commitment? What do you think you can apply this in real life? Be kind, okay?
Supportive respond.
Kalau kena pergi mancing macam mana? Masuk TV okay juga. Okay. Okay. So okay, we're good with empathy, alright? Okay, presentation macam mana? Ability to remain calm and composed even in challenging situation when progress is slow while maintaining a positive attitude. I give you a scenario. So you have a person reporting to you, not so far future, so we are in future. Berapa tahun lagi orang ada people reporting to you?
2 years. 5 years.
3 Lama juga.
5 years.
Okay lah, 5 years lah bagi Chan. Okay, we follow jalan tu dekat. Okay, so now it's 2024 plus 5, 2029, right? So you're 2029. So you get a lot more in your pocket in terms of experience and exposure. So then I'm reporting to you, then I kata, kali lepas, ni hari ni deadline, I cannot do your report. Tak boleh lah, I busy. Participation please. So then, fast. The whole room is fast. It's okay. It's okay. Fine. Okay.
Even if it's not okay, kena cakap okay, it's okay. But how are you going to work on this or not repeat something similar in the future?
Okay. Can I give you a this perspective? DISC. Okay. So if we take yang tadi kan. I think kalau senario ni kita kalau nak push our limit is to get senario yang paling sikit kan? Kan? Sebab yang lain you all ramai kan? You know what it is, right? Okay. So I'm a dominant boss, so I'm a fast who's dominant. Then I say to this person, I said, Daniel, I give you this 2 weeks ago, tolerance for delay. You agree to do it, then why you not delivering it? You anggap ni apa? Apa yang nak cakap kan? So that is the scenario. How do you manage that? We're talking about practicing patience. So you're this, right? This which is dominance. And how do you tell a person who is dominant to practice patience, tolerance for delay? Tak ada dalam dictionary dia. You driven kan? Kita tengok scenario banyak kan tadi kan? Okay. Explain kenapa lambat. Okay. Okay, you hospitalized ke, tak sihat ke. So that's a different story. Yeah, Jo?
Propose a new deadline.
Propose a new deadline.
And you can know your date.
Okay, so you're allowing that buffer for that person to step up balik lah. So that's how you want to so basically you try to play the long game, kan, rather than the immediate point. Okay, from your perspective. So in a sense that perhaps when you are supervisor in 5 years time, I suggest that we together set a realistic deadline. Mungkin deadline dia bagi pada Daniel tu tak realistic. Tapi kadang-kadang Daniel ni jadi scammer. Kadang-kadang, bukan Daniel ni tadi tu lah yang tadi juga. Sebab bila as a boss, you need to be careful tau, because your team sometimes will just be a yes man. Yeah. Yes. Dia setika, yes. Dia ketiga kan, dia setika yes, I can do this. Bila sampai, tak deliver. Because dia scam lah, you kena scam lah. Okay. So then you need to also be aware that this also help you if the person is not steadiness and also conscientious. So dia tidak rapi kan macam tu kan, dia tak follow, dia tak compliant. So you kena monitor dia, kan? So then kalau you jual dia compliant, you akan monitor lah. Make sense? Is that okay? So not everything is on its own, yeah? It's actually all these topics are interlinked. Okay? Okay. Press, pause, rest, relax, and refresh. Okay. Anybody want to try and share what you think when I say in a respectful conversation you can press pause button? Agak-agak je. Kebelasan je.
Go off topic sekejap.
Okay, one option, you have the chance to go off topic sekejap. Right? Lagi? Macam mana?
Cakap call.
Cakap call.
Oh, sorry, ada call. Oh,
Okay. Fair? Ada lagi?
Toilet break.
Silent break.
Toilet break.
Toilet break.
Toilet break, okay.
Crying.
Okay, so the press is actually more of a way of you, it's a technique to take a moment before responding. So it can be from whatever that you guys are saying, it's just recognizing that sometimes you need to pause before you react in the conversation. Because sometimes in a conversation, have you been in a conversation that people purposely want to put you down? In other words, meleke-lekekan kau. Kan? So then how do you, if people yell at you, you yell back. What do you do?
Just smile.
So macam, I like it, give me more gitu. So how does it work?
Just smile.
Smile je.
Silent.
Silent is golden.
Yeah.
You're not behind you, okay? So, okay, has that worked in a good way for you?
Yes.
Yes. No. No, kenapa? You rasa it's not the right way to just be silent and just go with it.
You say it, so they won't take it from your point of view because they don't have to fix their perspective. You know, there's nothing you can do. The best thing is to stay silent. Sometimes.
Correct. Okay, I can see that. Natasha pun agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
I think it would
Yes, you.
depend on the context. Let's say if you were at fault or you are not in control of the situation like you just said, then you could probably stay silent. That would help diffuse the situation. But let's say that you are in the right and the person is having an outburst unnecessarily. I think sometimes it will work to speak up, say that, hey, I don't think this is how you should react. I don't think this is right. And then if you're able to prove a point, you could just to maybe that would also help you in the situation. So it really depends on the context.
Okay. Understand? Anybody else have a different sharing? So I think as you manage all these emotions and whatnot, there's also the fact that you need to be aware that there is this journey that you will undertake. Just be aware of that because the truth is simple. Yang kita tengok tadi tu is about individual contributor, right? But you have to remember even the people reporting to you as well. So you need to manage this respectful conversation. Yeah? Okay? Halas. Okay, let's go back to the answers. Emotional regulation. Ni apa answer dia tadi? B. Bola kan? Right? B. Okay, good. 7. B. Okay? Faham kan? Easy, right? Not so difficult. Okay. This one, the last. I promise I make this last 2 questions I do before we go for lunch. Is it okay? Okay. How does managing emotion, all this emotional regulation relate to the ISC? And the second question, how does it relate to our way?
So we can effectively communicate with people with different personalities.
Okay.
So we can get our point of view across.
Understand?
And also so they don't misunderstand. Yes.
Okay. So, anything else? Okay, Joe. Okay. So basically, for the D type, encourage finding common ground and collaborative strategy to reducing conflict. Because dia very his way, her way je kan? Dia tak kira kan? Tak ada. Dia memang dia kan? Kan? So you need to tell them this, and then I need to foster negotiation technique that focus on mutual gain and positive interaction, promote their natural inclination towards harmony and conflict resolution technique. Because as ni kan dia very positive in the room, in the bilik kan dia group. Conscientiousness ni provide structure, negotiation strategy, and kindness and precision. But dia very structured tau. If I do this, I do this. I do this, I do this. Kan? Dia very, pada dia semua ada processes. Yeah? Is that okay? Alright. Our way? Our way? Yes. Related our way pada satu. Mesti dalam jadi dia cara you tu di ISC. Think. Collaboration macam mana tu Farah?
Across the team. So we know lah different di ISC tu nak collaborate tu how to tackle that.
Okay, fair.
Like kalau spirit of innovation, lain di ISC ni dia ada different way to look in terms of solution, how to manage a problem. So by spirit of innovation tu, dah nampak lah lain-lain punya solution in overview nak selesaikan satu masalah tu.
Faham? Okay. That's okay. One more. You know by now that I'm not letting you guys go kan? Our way ada 3 bila kan? Apa yang tak siap lagi? Oh, tahu. Dalam hati ada emas. Okay, teruskan. Yes, Joe.
I guess it's about getting
different personalities working together in order to achieve the common goal.
Okay.
That sounds really good.
So now that you understand yourself, you understand others through the IC, so then basically how you can leverage each other to achieve what you need to set it with. Okay. So as a summary, we've gone through imaging emotion, we've gone through calming techniques study, and then we go through developing empathy and practicing your patience, and lastly the pause button. The only thing is that don't pause so many times. Then too long. Pause lah. Pause. Alright, are we ready for lunch? Are we good? Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks for your attention. Saudarinya. Thank you very much. Okay. So, quick recap apa kita buat this morning when we started at 9 o'clock. Ready? Okay. Never mind, I will make you change seats. Okay, so we did quick icebreaker. We asked you to go and read the statement that best describe yourself. Then we close back the icebreaker tadi dengan for you to provide apa the ISC yang related with. So in everyday life, there's always application opportunity. So thanks for that. So we recap our way. I'm honest, I'm accountable, I'm respectful, and this is also what we say that you know the 3 pillars: pride in results, commitment to collaboration, dan juga spirit of innovation. So, and this will go into all HR processes as we discussed. We'll go into your mid-year review, performance management, talent succession, 360 feedback. We'll also use similar principles. And we started discussing earlier with the DIS theory, whereby the energy is either task focus or people focus, or whether it's on the proactive versus reactive. Therefore, different from DISC, which is dominance, influence, steadiness, and also conscientiousness. That's good, kan? Okay, kan? Alright, so we know what that is, and we completed emotional regulation. Then we go into the second and subsequent one, which is clarity communication, accuracy, and clarity negotiation. Okay, what questions you have for me before we continue? Do you want me to go faster? Yes. Or you think the pace is okay? Okay. Let me faster. Okay, faster. Okay. So we had the mini assessment of this. Yang ni apa jawapan? Most likely to prioritize goal achievement over interpersonal relationship. Aku nak tell you aja, tak kisah apa jadi. Dan how much effective dynamics. Alright. Okay. Question 2 that you guys did this morning. Which this style might struggle most with environment that lacks structure and why? D for Denmark. Conscientious due to the need for order and precision. Okay. Alright. Clarity in communication. So we're going to discover a few things in this session. Non-verbal cues, structuring the message, using I statement, ensuring understanding, advocacy and inquiry, intention, and the ladder of inference. Any of this that you are looking for the first time? I statement. Okay, I statement. Ada lagi yang baru? Ladder of inference. Aku nak tangga apa ni kan? Biasanya kita mati ladder kan? Kau tahu lah. Jadi so we will share what we know, and then we will discuss this as we go along. Alright. So again, this is a safe environment. Ask whatever question you need to ask. Anything you want to share, please do. If you think that you need to stop me, then stop. Is it okay? Alright. With your permission, I will continue. First one. So this is a short video for you to see.
When we communicate with others, it's important to be careful about not only what we say.
Have you heard about 7:38:55 rule of communication? Yes, okay. Jom. No, it's okay. Just share. What do you know about 7:38:55?
People don't really listen to you, they just look at what you're saying.
Okay. So that's people don't really. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments? So bila kita cakap dengan orang, when we communicate with people, is actually the important person is the person yang kita bercakap, right? Because what the message that they get from us. Bukan cara kita, bukan sebenarnya apa yang kita cakap, betul? It's actually the receiver of the information. Because if the receiver don't understand what you say, then it's not really a communication lah. It's more of that. Okay. So when you say to your colleague, as we're having this conversation, kita tengok tadi Faz dengan Atika. Betul kan? So you see how Atika dengan Faz communicate, right? So dia body language macam mana, tone of voice dia macam mana, kan? So it's very different, right? So what he's saying is actually, as I say this out loud to you guys, what I say is only you as a receiver take in about 7% yang apa yang cakap. So all 100% as I say this, it is that. And then my voice of the tone is quantified for 38%.
So kalau voice I high, different. And then my body language, all my hands kat mana? Kan? So it all counts into your rule of communication sebenarnya. So you realize when you speak to other people, is kalau you just say it just like that, it's only 7% gets through. So the recipient. Sebab tu kalau you tengok orang bercakap, when I was in multinational, we actually have a speech coach to ask the CEO as when they do the presentation, dia ajar dekat tangan dia kat mana. So for example, when I was in MNC, every year there's a top 400 leaders in the world will commence in one location. So in particular year, it was done in Putrajaya. So normally I wouldn't know such 400 meeting of that multinational goes where. We just know where. So however they choose Malaysia. So we can see the preparation. So the CEO, the president of the multinational, we saw him being coached. Oh, you need to put your hands here. Kata nama dia Joanna. Is that okay with you? You put your name. So the president of multinational conglomerate across 135 countries. You are so smart and you are being coached how you put your hands, what tone you say before you do a tango. You see? There's a speech coach in order to actually do a clarity in communication. So this is from what Albert Arabian punya theory, which is much earlier in there. So just be aware as you do your conversation. This is something that you have in your pocket. Macam api lah tadi, fire kan? Fire. Api kan different, right? So if you are in offshore, so that tone of voice also makes a difference juga. What reaction do you have? Okay? Memang, edit kata edit. Okay? Right? So this is non-verbal, includes your body language, facial expression, gesture, and tone of voice. So it also conveys the emotions and attitude and can support. Tetapi, they can also contradict your messaging well. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay? Are you okay? So I had to interview candidates. We had to go to, let me think, 7 locations across 13 days within India because the multinational wanted to open an India office and we had to go to IITs, Indian Institute of Technology. Have you heard about this? Okay, this Indian Institute of Technology, dia tak macam kita. We, over here, open day, career talks, boleh masuk agree. In IITs, you need to have that relationship to be able to come on campus. And then they will dictate you day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So the top student will come for interview on day 1. And the rule of engagement is that whoever goes for interview on day 1, the Microsoft, IBM, McKinsey, they offer on this day 1, and the candidate must accept, and the candidate cannot go to day 2. Okay? So if you get day 7, all the top student has been taken, correct? So if you get to day 2, for example, you're still okay, not so bad. So we have everybody across all the world going into the 7 IITs that we selected at the same time because they open the campus similar time, you know that week. So we were flying everywhere. So I've been in India, everything that moves. Okay? Kelas 3 pun ada naik, kapal terbang besar, terbang kecil, anything. So you know that period is different. So when you interview candidate, you notice that some cultures dia punya shaking of the head ada different meaning. So it depends. So we will ask case study and we will say that we give them 2 hours to do case study and then we say that after the first case study, what issues do we have in the case study? No issue. So my co-partner is Dutch. So we look at each other. He studied 2 hours of the case study. There's so many di bawah. And bila kita tanya dia, do you have an issue? No issue. Then later, after trial and error, we only discover that the terms that is being used in India, issue means anak, dependent. So you dah ada anak. So these people are IIT graduate with not yet married. So you have any issue? No issue. So you know, and then dia kata no issue. So dia ada macam ada 7 benda dah. So you can after what you get to it after 3 IITs, IIT Kanpur and also Chennai. So you can imagine by the third of the session tu, ada pandai dah baca all these non-working. Yeah. So yes, can no pun different giling juga kan. So after a while you get used to it, for example. Yeah. But there's also the bits that different things in that culture mean different things. So then my Dutch friend and I, my co-interviewer, do you see any problem with this case study? Yes. Yes. Okay. What is the key problem that you see? Okay, then we come. So then, but you know, you as a communicator, it could be interview, it could be conversation. But again, I'm not the expert on cultures, be Malay or non-Malay for that matter. If I'm wrong, please correct me here. But we then realize that we were told not to say, and we were laughed at by the local Indians because we don't know issue means church children. We don't. We do. Do you? It's a different culture. We don't use that word here. Make sense? Let me ask you this question then. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say some of the cues that you have are positive, some of the cues that you have are negative. Betul? Kalau dia cross arm macam ni, negatif ke? No. No. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay. Kenapa? Siapa cakap yes? Bergantung. Depends tu memang boleh sentiasa. Tapi apa? Kenapa this is positive? So sometimes okay, maybe lelaki lama. Mesti dia macam ni. Okay, dia okay. Sejuk. Okay, weather sekarang berapa? Okay, baik.
Maybe the position can provide a string towards the other people.
Contoh. Okay. So is nodding positive or nodding negative?
Positive.
Itu clear. Itu tidak akan tiada sanksi di situ. Yang ini ada. Okay.
Sometimes people nervous kan?
Okay.
Because they want to hug yourself.
No, we have to. I don't know what you guys do, right?
Yeah, I tend to cross my arm also when I'm nervous.
Okay. Any other?
Not open.
Not open to.
When you're not open to receiving the information.
So that you tend to listen. Macam you
Unconsciously
you do that because you. So this is open. I'm learning from you guys as well. Yes. Okay. Give me other examples of positive and negative. Okay. I come back to you. Smiling. What is smiling?
I mean, something kind of charm smile during the conversation, maybe can add some positive.
Okay, it can be also positive. Can it be a smile be negative?
Yes, sometimes. Sometimes.
Okay, cuba lakonkan untuk kami. Kita boleh smiling tu boleh jadi negatif. Boleh sample tak? Dia cakap pasal kau kena pusing dia. Okay, boleh. Jangan gini.
Come on, Dunia.
Seorang cakap macam benda macam mengarut lah.
Okay.
Both positive or negative. How you tengok the context lah.
Borak je kau ni.
Borak kan.
Kita cakap ni.
Tapi dia serius ni betul.
Okay, fair point. Daniel has a point. Okay, anything else? Okay.
Shake hands.
Itu macam mana?
Positive.
Positive. That means you agree.
Oh, macam akad nikah lah. Okay. Anything else? Belakang.
Stands up.
Okay, aku jawab ni dua.
Saya poket. Okay, macam mana tu? Macam mana? Okay, tu maksudnya. It's supposed to be cool, is it? Okay. Alright, any other? Sorry? Winking. Itu apa? Gatal. Have you seen winking which is not gatal? Okay, contoh winking yang tak gatal macam mana? Dia macam slow motion kan? Itu gatal? Okay, itu gatal. Okay, which one? What does it mean winking is positive?
Like signal to something, like you.
Ini macam I tanya question. Betul. Clarifying question.
Tak berarti apa ibu?
Laporkan kepada Daniel, dia tanya.
Tapi like kan like macam ada definition dia kan orang macam bagi wing tu as a macam Q, okay? Macam Q.
I have a boss. He has a habit of winking. Kalau kita discuss yang kita macam ni kan? Dia kata, okay Asri, yeah. Okay. So, okay, dah semua macam ni kan? That's not my first time having a dashboard lah. So, then my female colleagues kata, Asri, kenapa you wink aku? Kau rasa kau special, tak ada lagi semua orang. So, he's more of, I think, I never asked him why he wink, but he is winking to say, tapi I've never seen or had a boss after that does what Martin does. Anyway, so winking can be selalu gatal. Okay? Okay. Okay, so kita dah dengar winking, kita dah dengar salam kan kenapa? Okay. Okay, apa lagi yang non-verbal? Eyebrow. Contoh. Susah lah. So maksudnya bagus ke tak kau? Kalau macam buat tadi tu macam
It's like judging lah.
Alright. Anything else that we should be aware in our context of culture?
Eyebrow.
Shoulder macam mana?
Shoulder tegang sangat dia macam nervous atau takut. Kalau dia open dia more comfortable.
Ini I tak sure. Relate tak dengan example China? Dia punya shoulder, China, you know, repeat tak?
Bisa macam. Jadi kalau macam orang nak cakap kat depan apa, if they like arms are close together, dia pegang tangan macam ni, dia
nervous, anxious ataupun dia hiding something. Kalau dia relax, shoulders open, elbows open, they're more comfortable, they're more open.
I see. So when you have your mid-year appraisal with your bosses, sulit kan? Sulit kan? So you dah tahu. Saya dah tahu. So there's also these cues. I think ada tak yang contohnya you rasa dekat Malaysia is okay, dekat negara lain tak okay? Pointing macam ni kan?
Because they got different type of gestures, right? Some people will use like this, some
Okay.
people will use like this.
Like
This
this?
one would be more respectful for some of the person's perspective. Okay.
What you guys think?
It's not really applicable in Malaysia.
No,
Not sure.
In Thailand.
In Thailand?
Taxi.
Oh, okay, you are Thailand. Pergi taxi. Jelas tak dekat table juga. Thailand buat macam mana? Taxi.
Kau tu nak nampak? Satunya macam ni. Atas. Okay, mari kita Thailand. Try.
Ini. Itu apa? What is that? Okay, different life. Okay, so it's a big topic kan? Whether language ni kan orang macam ni lah. Kan tu kalau you duduk lepas tu silang kaki kanan silang kaki kiri tu macam mana? You know what I'm saying? So if I sit next to Daniel, then if I do this, ada meaning lain. If I next to Daniel I do this, ada meaning lain. You baru faham. Tu I'm asking. Depends. Okay.
Some people look it as like a disrespectful. Some people like those who are really educated and they know it's not wrong, right? It's up to their comfortability, so they will accept that kind of stuff.
So it's different. Okay. Joe, want to say something?
The direction would play a role of, like, let's say you're talking to someone and you're putting your legs away. It's like you're not actively listening to the person.
So macam
It's like I'm listening but not listening. Like
okay.
if you're facing the person, like whose body's facing, that's like you're listening.
I see. So kalau macam kalau so how do I say I'm facing? So if I do this, I'm facing. Because I do this, I'm facing.
Yeah, that way it's like you're facing away from Daniel, so you're not really listening to him. So it's this way.
You know. Hello. You don't know. Okay. All right. Any last cue that we should be aware of? Itu apa tu? Tak ada. Okay. Awas. Thank you. So this session, I am suggesting you refer to non-violent communication, Roseberg punya buku. So basically, clarity in communication is actually about how you express your ideas and information in a straightforward and understandable manner. So if, for example, I ask this, you ask me a question. There's any question? You give a close question. Yes or no answer. Boleh tak? Anybody? Ask me a question.
Is today Monday?
Affirmative. So the answer is yes or affirmative. Right? There are organizations that it's important to speak that way. Not the accent so much is the word that you use. It's you need to be cognizant. You need to be mindful sebenarnya. Tapi you need to be cognizant. Dia punya begitu. Alright, so use simple and concise words because you see sometimes if I speak to you like this, right? Itu kan saya. Koreana desu ka? So as I say to you, right? So I say Koreana desu ka? What is this? Right? So you tak tahu kan? So I cakap in a clear manner, tapi you don't understand. So that's not clarity communication, betul? Okay, if for example, mun saya ada question, saya ada kami nanya. So orang yang Sarawak tu kat belakang dia faham lah. Dia orang yang kat depan ni tak faham lah. Kan? Betul kan cakap betul ya? Betul. Just checking. So I think when you speak, it's also be clear and also the language they know. Macam you cakap tadi dekat LFU, right? Both you and Najah cakap this morning, right? They're different, right? Because they could be non-Malaysian, so you need to use a different language to do it. And of course, ada structure lah, as you say. Tak all over the place. Make sense? Anybody else want to add anything? Okay. The suggestion from here is to say that you must have your opening, your body, and your conclusion. So you introduce the topic, capture dia punya itu attention, what is the detailed information and explanation, and then you conclude the key points. So let's see how you structure this. I need to stop being so annoying.
It would be better if you could try being more polite.
I see. Kalau kita pakai body yang tadi tu, if we go back tadi, kalau kita pakai the same one, opening, body and conclusion, ada tak contoh-contoh lain yang you nak share with the training session ni? Dia ada opening, dia ada body, dia ada conclusion.
I mean, the restructure is message is supposed to be restructured, or maybe it can be in a way like, okay, for example,
The meaning?
I mean,
Sama?
bukan meaning bukan sama, but it's something like we giving excuse to escape from that scenario in order to did not want to hurt the person.
Okay, so you can create scenario behind it as well, because kalau contohnya ada sebab mengapa you nak kata Asri, you need to stop being so annoying, right? So masih sebab why you were so annoyed with me, right? So maybe I don't know whatever I do. So there could be just add penceritaan you behind it. That's okay, because rather than saying betul bukan? So what else can you say?
Just to stop, maybe like may I have a break?
Okay, there. You boleh cakap jawab itu. So again, I'm just taking what the book says. So just for you to, so the example they've given adalah, when you interrupt me, the opening, I feel frustrated because it disrupts my concentration. There's a body. Can we find the time to talk when I'm less busy? So this is one example. Tapi ini contoh. So kalau I tak show you the contoh in the market, then not fair juga lah kan? Okay, boleh? Okay, lagi satu. So this is a bit more context, so you can maybe play with the words.
Are we talking about WhatsApp message or email?
Oh, this is
Automated.
IDK. iPhone formal juga kan. So, but anyway, so I think this is more in a context of clarity communication in the office. Yeah, it's a bit more business conversation. Yeah, because I don't know what guys you generation use in your text kan. LLB, that one is my time. You all tahu LLB?
Yes.
Apa itu? Oh, bukan Bachelor of Law. Okay.
Kindly work as per plan.
Okay.
Kindly work as per plan in order to meet our deadlines.
Okay.
To did not upset our client.
Okay. So your opening is kindly work as a plan. Your body is
the body is to achieve the deadline.
And yang your
conclusion is to did not upset our client.
Okay. Any other takers? We have scheduled on our project. Let's ensure everyone follows the timeline to meet our deadlines and keep our clients satisfied. So that's another way. They just restructure it that way. Okay. Again, there's no right or wrong at time. There's also your ChatGPT. Okay, I statement. So just now kita kata I statement is something that we would like to discover together. So basically, it's just focus on the speaker's feeling and experiences rather than blaming or criticizing the listener. So contohnya, this one is more of you are reducing the defensiveness and promotes open dialogue. Dia lebih kurang macam tadi lah kan, yang when you turn into I is different, and then you clarify the speaker needs and feeling and facilitate conflict resolution, mutual understanding. So this is the benefit of using I statement. Let's practice this. So contohnya, you never listen to me. The I statement will be I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. So normally they say you never listen to me. You macam never listen to me. I told you, never listen to me. So versus the I statement say, I feel unheard when I am interrupted. So why, when you change, never listen to me, to I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. Apa beza dia? Ada change kat situ. Apart from the wording.
It's like kind of blaming.
Blaming yang tadi, yang depan tadi kan. Yang I statement tu?
I statement is something
emphasize on what you feel.
What you feel, how I feel as a speaker.
How their action make you feel.
Okay. So, do you have another example? Okay, you so annoying. Okay, tadi kita tukar you so annoying. I statement macam mana? Kena I statement dia. Okay, it could be as simple as that, right? Yeah. So it could be that you feel apa lagi? You feel not supported ke, kan contohnya. So I give you a scenario. Kalau I cakap I nak diet, contohnya, and we all go out together makan, and I order. So, apa yang I order? Dia bukan diet lah. Kan, sebab tadi kita makan ayam je kan, so dengan sayur kan. Okay. So dia bukan diet. So you kata, Asri, you bukan diet. Then I kata, what should I say? I say macam mana?
I feel like I want to cheat day.
Cheat day, okay? Okay? Okay. So, would I say that, I feel hurt when you say that to me, betul? Then you say, conversation will be, tapi kau tak diet. Dia tak tahu macam tu. So, biasanya macam dia actually. I thought I was helping you. Yeah. Because you said you want to diet. Yeah. Ke tak? Tak. Apa kau macam tu?
Tadi kena esok dah. Usually esok dah.
Okay. Any other scenario? At work? You talk too much. Okay. Okay, anda terasa.
I statement for that would be like, I find it hard to understand what you're saying.
Jauh sikit tak? Jauh sikit tak? Jauh sikit lah. Dia tak kena. No, the dominant person. Okay, any other example? Because this is to give you toolbox, to give you tools to put in your toolbox. So when you go and carry this, it's not that as we finish today, you suddenly become a clear, concise, successful speaker. Yeah, it may not be that way. But it could be. But I think it's more of making sure that you have and understand the tools that you can take along the way. Good? Yes. Alright? So the impact that you discussed tadi kan, it makes you sure what you feel. Okay, paraphrasing, summarizing, clarifying question. So basically, when you have a conversation, macam tadi, dua orang tadi kan? Mr. Antot dia tak ada beritahu dia ada durian dengan
Mr. Maslow, Mr. Kuantan.
Mr. Kuantan. Oh, itu orang Kuantan. Lembak kan? My wife orang faham. So dia tak untuk anda. Okay, so basically when that two were talking about, so dia tanya kan tadi kan, so apa lagi ada? Oh ni ada. So you sebenarnya buat ke yang what you say just now? For this stuff yang tu. So it's more about you repeat and then to confirm, and then sometimes you summarize, and then ada lagi question you tanya. Betul? So this is just making sure that what you listen is correct, because you want to avoid being salah faham. Kan? Okay? So contohnya, I am stressed out, the meeting schedule is too tight. You can paraphrase this way, you're saying that the meeting schedule is causing you stress because it's too tight, right? Sama je kan? So just making sure that you fahamkan cakap apa. So this is simple kan? Just making sure that you repeat balik kan? Okay, apa beza advocacy dengan inquiry? Advocacy and solicitor. Kalau kawan you jadi law kan, LLB tadi tu kan? You jadi advocate kan? Advocate solicitor, betul ke? Okay. So dia tak pernah ada inquiry solicitor?
No.
Tak ada?
Because inquiry is like it's indefinite.
Indefinite?
Yeah, so advocacy is like straightforward, that's the answer, it's clear, and it ends there.
Okay. Lawyer kita dah cakap, you faham tak? Ada soalan berbagai faham? Tak berapa faham? Okay. Macam mana ni? Okay.
So for like the difference between advocacy and inquiry, it depends on the tone, depends on the questions. Advocacy, as you can see, is clearly state your opinion, idea, and desire, river thinking, reasoning. Okay, so it basically on opinions, but advocacy, it has to be clear, concise, and definite. Inquiry, there can be leading questions, so it keeps continue. Okay, so when it is continue, the conversation doesn't end there. So advocacy and soliciting, so whatever that you call.
Is soliciting different thing?
Oh yeah, okay. So advocacy is like it's clear, it ends there, and it's confirmed. So that everyone has a say at that, and then there's no more room of questions. Okay. So let's say if we have a meeting and we have to decide on something, so do we have a say? Do we have a yes for this project? Yes. So it ends there. Of course, we receive all the opinions, views, and it ends there. But inquiry, so when is the project deadline? So how do we execute this? So that is inquiries. Okay, are you all clear? Yeah.
So the knowledge is in the room, just share what you have. It's okay, we will add one lagi macam tu it's okay. So kalau you inquire, macam you mentioned just now, if you ask more and more. Macam tadi lagi ada jantung, so that's also a form of inquiry juga. Is that okay? Clear? Inquire. Okay, yang ni is another one I need to ask to you all about intention. What are intention? Kalau lawyer dia kata letter of intent. What's your intention? Intention tu define macam mana? The purpose, okay? Sorry? Faham no? Niat. Oh, kalimas. Okay. Maaf. So, can I ask you this question? Have you heard this statement that says that I judge I judge me by my intention, but people judge me by my action. Dengar ke? Apa beza dia? Tak kisah saya cakap. Aku tak suka biasa. Immaterial. Macam mana? intention doesn't align with your action. Okay. If I kata, I kan actually kan, apa nama Eddie kan, I on time tau, I tak pernah lambat tau, I mesti on time. Aku datang kata 7:30, pukul 9:30 tak nampak lagi saya asli. On time tu kan. So it's more of you judge me by what I think I'm doing, or you judge me by the action that you see. Right? Betul kan? So because niat ni tak nampak betul. Perbuatan ni jelas kan? So it's always about the action versus the intention. Oh, you dengar? Repeat.
Yes, come on, Action
speaks louder than words. Banyak belajar ini kan? From jelantuk. Apa masalah kamu jelantuk? Aduh. Okay, the purpose or meaning behind what someone says or does is intention. I think Scovey, we judge ourselves by our intention, other judge us by our behavior. Covey, have you heard this book yang Covey passed away already? Yes. Stephen Covey passed away. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Yeah, yang macam yang tadi yang kita tengok ni. Yang ni kan, seek first to understand and then to be understood is habit number 5. Yeah, so I'm not teaching Covey today, but I'm using yang relevant kan. Okay, this is an example of intention. Boleh nampak ke?
Boleh.
You wanna share? Macam faham. Sebab tu dia call.
Dia tanya soalan, tapi instead of getting his question answered, the dog is just immediately brushing it off. I mean, the dog's intention is what he's saying is answering the question, but the guy who's asking the question thinks he's ignoring the question. So macam, do you think my questions are really meant to be rhetorical? Dia tanya, dia ke tak? Tapi dia terus cakap, okay, works up, you cepat get not lah pasal benda kecil ni. So that's his way of answering the question. Dia rasa tak jawab soalan dia. So he's getting annoyed by the fact that he thinks the dog is misinterpreting his question.
So boleh jawab sama-sama affirmative. Is that okay? Thank you. I think we're going into the video. Okay. What do you guys see from the video? So dia rugi, judgmental, don't jump to conclusion, lagi misinterpret, okay, possible.
Use your analytical thinking.
Tak sampai guys, mana tu? Bersampai cerita.
Ambil kita analyse dulu.
So dia amal dalam dah hijack ke? You rasa?
Yeah, dalam hijack.
Okay, so all of us have different upbringing and different mental model, different cara pemikiran. And kita tengok macam tu, kita rasa okay, this is the reason. Because kita bring our belief and kita punya background into what we see. And kita make conclusion very quickly. Do you notice that we make conclusion very quickly?
Yes.
Agree kan? Training ni penat. Kan? Banyak kerja tadi kau sebab buat presiden tak siap. Contoh example So I just want to illustrate this ladder of influence. How you use ladder of influence to remind yourself because something go into a loop. Okay, by using that video. Mari kita tengok. LOI, ladder of influence. If I may go to the screen, just to explain to you. So Eddie, the husband, observe data and experiences. Dia macam videotape recorder tau. As you capture it. Betul? Dia nampak kan? Dia balik rumah kan? Dia gambar bini dia dekat dia punya lori kan? Dekat cement mixer tu. So dia balik rumah kan? So dia balik rumah. Happy dah balik, right? So dia observe kata this lady, a beautiful lady, get a bunch of flowers and was kissing a nice dressing pakai suit gentleman, right? Kau rasa dia punya conclusion apa? Cheating, curang, possible lagi? So dia punya conclusion very quick kan? So dia punya assumption is that bila you select you punya data, when you make your conclusion, you select the data that you want to see tau. Make sense? Dia nampak, dia tak tanya macam kata dia tak ada mental problem kan? Dia nampak Mercedes kat luar tu, mesti lelaki tu punya. Lepas tu, bini dia pergi hug that guy. So aku kena balas dendam. Yeah? Betul? So because you select your data, which is what you see, you add meaning to the data because you are about you believe sendiri kan? Mesti punya, right? And I make assumption based on the meanings I added. So you make further assumption and then you draw your conclusion, you adopt your belief about the world and I take action based on the belief. So pada dia masa dia masuk ke cement tu kat dalam Mercedes tu, Mercedes kan BMW? Mercedes tu justify. Okay? Dia tak rasa pasal dia, Mercedes pasal tak? Dia rasa betul? Betul? Initially no. Nah, dia betul. Bila dia nampak, I tanya my Dutch friend, apa maksud tu? Grand prize. Okay. So yang tu is actually menang lah. So you see bila dia tengok ni, dia agak ni, dia tengok, dia draw conclusion, dia make assumption, dia ada reflective loop tau. So your belief affect what data you select the next time. So kalau contohnya, you ada encounter yang unpleasant, mungkin, I don't know, you do certain things, you went to a certain shop, you kedai makan, you decanting whatever it is, you don't like the food. So quality tak sama. So So you kata, aku pergi lagi second time, right? Pun tak bagus juga. So you then add more to assumption based on the meaning you added, based on your experience betul. So you tak tahu juga dia punya cook tu berbeza ke, tak tahu you supply tak bagus ke, you don't know, right? But you make that decision, right? Based on the experience that you have. So in life sama juga. If then Farah is my supervisor, I had one incident where she yelled at me, and I said forever Farah ni, kan, tak nak, kalau ada opening tempat Farah, baru cakap tadi. Contohnya, right? So Kevin dia banyak example, dia banyak supervisor. Okay, so that basically, this is what you're saying is that, but you think about it, this is visible. Betul? You nampak betul? Yang that lady itu kan tadi kan? This is visible because for the action, right? So dia masuk ke sini, kan dalam Mercedes kan? Ini you nampak, right? What all this are black box, it can also happen in an instant. Sekejap je, split second. So be aware as you go up, dia pakai ladder ni because you go up the ladder, you come down the ladder. Up the ladder, so it's a ladder of inference. So infer, you agak-agak based on what you have this one. What questions you have for me? Ni dah cara dia masak agak-agak. So this is something relatively new for you? Yes. Yeah? So bear in mind that you make decision very quick. Betul? And then, you know, it could be in outside office, could be in the office. And contohnya kalau you have a team member or peers, katalah you janji nak pergi naik gunung sama kami, tadi kan? So, okay, kau jumpa, okay. Kau dah sampai sini sejam, dia tak ada datang. Dia ada kali, apa-apa dia mesti lambat. On the way, dia tak perlu lagi. So, kau punya assumption sama je lah kan? It's just confirming the bias, right, that you have, right? So, you will then associate that belief tu as true and honest punya position. Okay? Affirmed. Okay, so that's level of inference. So you don't have to really know, oh, this is mental model, this is level of inference, this is actually the postulator. No, this is you. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to be aware that this is available in your tool as tools in your toolbox. Yang masukkan. So that you can go. Make sense? Is it okay to move on? Yes. Okay. Dipersilakan, ingat tak? Ni tanya jawapan dia apa? C. Okay, minimize understandings and promote clarity. Okay? No question about it. Tadi plus tak apa kan dia jawab. Number 2, how does the use of metaphors and analogies aid in achieving clarity in communication? B. Okay, metaphors and analogies. Later, I'll use one example for you to work on. Okay, seperti biasa, setiap section kita ada soalan yang sama. So you now heard about clarity in communication. How does it relate to two things? One is your DISC, and how the second relate to our way. Practice results, commitment, collaboration. Okay.
Maybe you can go for the C.
C, okay.
It doesn't matter in every matter, there should be some clarification before we proceed to the next stage.
Okay.
So same goes for the C. So before we planning and organizing some event or anything, we should have some clarification with the people who surrounding with us so that we can proceed smoothly.
Okay.
Yang lain, untuk B, maybe since they like to command and lead, take charge, maybe when they're giving instructions, they need to give it thoroughly and detail supaya orang takkan tanya soalan balik.
I see.
Sebab kalau orang tanya soalan, dia tak dengar ke apa I just said. So when they say, okay, this is what I want done, go do it. When they're telling the instruction, let the instructions be clear.
Okay, fair point. Okay, DISC, because you also have, I don't know whether I can get the slide there. Kan yang bila you print your report, bila ada dua kan, satu is the DISC, bila you klik sebelah tu, you boleh klik yang bulat tu. Okay, the wheel tu kan. Okay, bear in mind that what we are using are percuma punya version. The version that I get my license from, DISC, before I come here I have a license. I have a few licenses, one is DISC. So DISC yang dibayar tu, dia akan keluar satu report yang clear. Dia akan cakap macam ni, contohnya dia kata, Najar gini, ni. So you can see different drafts there. Rule of thumb, if you're scoring anything, you must ada satu scoring more than 57% to make it valid. Tak pernah nampak sebenarnya, tapi itu okay lah. To make it valid, first of all, if you ada minus point in your 4 DISC itu, my suggestion is that you redo your test. Balik tahu yang ini. Contohnya. So, yang ini contohnya is a combination tau. So you ingat tak tadi graph yang binu tu tadi tu? So you ada combination of you punya kalau you tengok you punya DISC yang lebih dari 57 tu is more, if you consider strength area. So you have more than one, dia ada combination, so becomes a profile. Yeah? So yang tu dia akan cakap engkau whether you are architect, driver, macam tu, supporter, planner. So dia because you punya, kalau you contoh stabilizer kat sini, you ada strong kecenderungan untuk S dan strong kecenderungan untuk C, dia kata you lebih pada stabilizer. Tapi kalau dia kata you ada kecenderungan tinggi untuk S tapi ada C kecil, maksudnya dia C tu bukan strong, bukan dominant. Thanks for the word. Okay. So gitulah dulu ini. Tapi again, this thing may change tau over time. Because when you do this, okay, the theory is this. When you are at the age of 16, yourself ni dah kira, you have already formed your view of the world. Make sense? But yourself tu maksudnya you quite firm what you like to what you don't like. So some statement yang you select tu, about 16 or so, the study by one says that you can already make apa yang you punya kecenderungan, apa yang you bukan. So it's likely to be as such. So yang ini is your example lah as a snapshot. But be more honest with your guys, with you punya diri sendiri, because this report is not something that we ask you to put as in. So as you do it, and then now you understand the concept behind it lagi, then you know what it is. Because dalam report ni, dia klik kan, you punya energy drainers, you punya strength, you punya blind spot, dia akan cerita kat you betul-betul. Actually for percubanya, I think I review 5 website so before I agree this is the website you guys should be taking it. Because I don't have the budget to get all you guys to do the US dollar tu. Yeah? That is different because dia akan bagi you 3 graph. You boleh Google that by that. Does that give you a bit of idea? Yeah? Okay. Boleh jalan?
Boleh. That shows that we're going to do an activity. Okay. Dia ini aktiviti dia ada handout.
Yes.
Okay. So sebelah kanan dengan sebelah kiri you jadi karakter yang berbeza. So you will get different data. Okay. So yang ini, yang putih ni is all the same. Yeah, sama data. So as you read this excitedly, can I bring your attention balik ke sini? Okay, so we split you into groups. Group Joy, ataupun Joya, or Group Sue. Okay, betul kan? Nama ikut yang lawan? Sue. Okay, thank you. So you kena read your mini case study introducing Joy and Sue who are due to have a conversation. So each group will focus on one of the 2 characters. So kalau kau Joy, sorry. Kalau Sue, okay? Alright. So work out what mental model, assumption, attitude, etc. that Joy or Sue brings into the conversation. So you by using that. Step 2, and then I need one person from Team Joy and one person from Team Sue to come forward, and then kita akan role play the one-on-one meeting between Joy and Sue. The objective of these 2 players is to find out as much about the other's personality as you can. Use high inquiry, high equality to do so. Senang kan? So this is all packing everything dari pagi you belajar sampai petang ni, lepas dah makan you punya kuih. Sorry Joy, you tak dapat kuih tadi. So we pulling everything together to become Joy and Sue. Baggage lah, baggage.
So what does it mean by about the other person's study?
Because you dapat different brief. So you kena tanya, you boleh tanya. Okay, everybody on the same page. Alright, so yang itu sama instruction semua orang dapat. Yang Team Joy dapat lain, Team Sue dapat lain. Okay, prepare. Jangan lupa nominate ya, seorang at the back. Seorang jadi Joe, seorang jadi Sue, yes, ke belakang. Pilihlah seorang jadi Joy.
Group Joy, the new senior field engineer, my perspective. Joy was excited about her promotion to senior field engineer. However, 4 weeks into the job, she is feeling overwhelmed by the new responsibilities, including the increased pressure to manage field operations effectively. Joy's biggest challenge is figuring out how to manage her team's performance in a high-stakes environment. Her previous supervisor didn't focus much on developing or supporting the team, and Joy is determined to do better. But where should she start? Joy feels she still has a lot to learn, and she's concerned she might not have much to offer her team in terms of leadership. Joy is relieved to have Sue on her team. He has a wealth of experience and has supported Joy on many occasions over the years. Joy knows that Sue also applied for the senior field engineer role, and she feels a bit guilty that he didn't get it. Given his knowledge and experience, he was a strong candidate. Sue was on leave when the decision was announced, and Joy hasn't had the chance to talk to him since. She's worried about how he will react and how her promotion might affect their relationship. Joy is trying to figure out how to provide Sue with the right challenges and opportunities in his role. At the same time, she's aware of their close personal relationship, which she doesn't have with the other team members. Joy is concerned that the team might think she's favoring Sue. She has seen this happen with her previous supervisor and is committed to doing better. To avoid any appearance of favoritism, she's been avoiding one-on-one meals or socializing with Sue unless the whole team is present. As their meeting approaches, Joy realizes it's been a while since they last spoke. But with so much going on, it's been hard to find the time. This is their first official one-on-one since Joy became a senior field engineer, and she feels a bit nervous about how to start the conversation.
Group Sue, the new senior field engineer. Sue's perspective. Sue was disappointed when he found out that Joy, not he, got a senior field engineer with his experience and knowledge. He felt he was well suited for a job, and this was conveyed to him during the selection process. Sue was on leave when the decision was announced, so he didn't get a chance to follow up with the hiring manager about why he wasn't chosen. However, he's aware that the company is keen on promoting diversity in leadership roles, including more women in field management. In the end, Sue accepted the decision. Joy is a competent colleague, and they've been always gotten along well, or at least they used to. Since returning from leave, Joy's promotion, they haven't talked much. Sue went to her new office to congratulate her, but she was busy preparing for a site meeting. Since then, Joy has declined all lunch invitations. The only times they've seen each other have been in team briefings or during group meals. And even then, it seemed like Joy was talking to everyone but him. Sue is puzzled. Has he done something wrong? Or is Joy trying to show that he's now in charge? When Sue reads Joy's meeting invite, he's surprised. The tone seems unlike her, and he wonders why they're meeting in her office instead of their usual spot in the field mess. Why does she want to discuss his responsibilities? He's content with his current work. Why change anything? And what does he mean by how we'll be working together? Haven't they been working together for 5 years? Sue feels a bit hurt. As a close colleague and friend, he expects a different approach. He wonders what's driving Joy's behavior. Perhaps he should use this meeting to understand her better.
So you now heard the other version, the different mental model and expectation. So you will see their best to get to be in Joy and Sue. Comments or reaction?
Semua salah Joy.
So where do you think the mental model are? So Joy, dia mental model macam mana? When she comes to the meeting, dia rasa nervous, dia cakap tadi tu. Ada lagi? Rasa? Dia guilty. Kenapa dia kasi guilty?
Dia dapat kemudahan.
I see. When you get promoted, you should be guilty, girl?
No.
But in this case,
I mean,
because
Joy is.
Because kawan baik. So you sama-sama suddenly seorang jadi bos. Okay, so macam mana turun balik? Tak boleh kan? Kan? Okay. So pula macam mana? Since you guys have heard Sue rasa macam mana? Aku kawan kau kot 5 tahun kan? Maafkan anda sekali, kau kenal laki aku kot kan? Golf sekali. Okay. So then, Sue feel hurt. He's hurt about it. So you rasa macam mana? Mana tak sama kan? So macam mana kalau this is reasonably common lah. Maybe not a promotion, maybe not all this, but managing this change is serious. So what do you think? Coming to this situation, what should you do? Given that you've learned the whole day as a DISC, mental model, learning of difference, asking questions, advocacy, inquiry.
Both of them should think from each of their perspectives rather than blaming like Sue thinks something negative about Joe. Right?
Okay.
So before he comes up with a decision, he's supposed to think something that practical, not just directly something bring towards negative.
Okay. So that's perspective of Joy. Yang di sini, Sue? Sampai ke belakang. I wonder, do you then say, because remember we got an I statement, right? We discussed about it. Would the I statement, I feel hurt, I feel that may work differently in this discussion? Yes, no? It could, but that yet we don't know, right? So potentially there could be other things that you may want to use as well. You may want to say that I appreciate you. I mean this, you can also I statement pun boleh juga kan? You can say that I'm new in this. I've not been a supervisor before. I appreciate. I know that you know your staff, and I appreciate you guys support me in this my journey. Possible, right? Okay. What else can we use in this negotiation? What do you bring to the conversation?
Maybe Joy can look for Sue interest.
Okay. So how you can, as a new senior field engineer, to help?
I think before the conversation even took place, they should have made it clear that they want to make it clear that they still respect each other as colleagues, and because it's obvious to both of them that there is some things of in the dynamic. So knowing that they have a strong relationship, a foundation that they have, and now that the dynamic has shifted, they still should have come at it straight up by saying it before again. I need you to know that I have nothing but respect for what we do. Okay, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We know how competent we both are, and then we lay the game. So the conversation, it shouldn't start out with from the point of view of worry, because the time period where they weren't in communication, that is what stirred up the worrying emotions in between them. So that caused one to doubt, and then the assumptions took place, same place on the other side as well.
So what you see is that your letter of interest, right? So what you see is that you ask her for lunch, she declined.
Yeah.
What you see is that what you then say in your mind is I cannot go, so that show favoritism that previous boss. But you decline for different reason. He felt that you declined for a different reason. Yeah. So I think it's good to have that clarity. It's not easy during this conversation. And you have all the tools in your toolbox, right? Okay. What else that can we learn from these two brave? Yang dua-dua je lah kan. Jadi tolong Pak Dudela ni become Joy, become Sue.
I think in building a new dynamic new team kan, as Joy as a new senior engineer, like need to understand in shaping into new group dynamic how they work. Kan dia ada proses yang forming, forming, so dia kena understand the flow tu untuk create. Sebab ada conversation dengan Suni, how they can help, how they can collaborate to make the group dynamic the outcome.
So when she says storming, norming, performing, you all have heard this? So when the team comes together, you ada storming, the guru-guru, because you come with different perspective, right? Come into it. And then when you iron out the kinks yang tak flat ni, so basically when the storm dah reda, you start to normalize. So this is how you ask questions, this is how you escalate, this is how you do what you call that, anything that is exception contohnya. So storming, norming, performing. So lepas you dah storming, you dah iron out semua, baru you boleh perform together as a team. Tapi bila you performing, not necessarily you always perform tau. Storming, norming, performing ni, because kalau you perform, betul you plateau, you boleh turun tau. So that's also a threat that you need to clear. Okay. Other than that, any last comment on this two?
Ada something to add.
Yes, please.
From the main, the email, we got everything right. I think it was clear that Joy's intention, she does feel bad as someone yang dah kawan, but that she got ahead, right? And they've been on a level playing field for a long time. So because of now, suddenly one is ahead of the other, they don't want to dismiss how important having that company to equally be on playing field together. I think it was that there is a subtle hint in the email message itself that is like asking for help. I can't do this alone. I respect your position. I respect you being with me all these years. I need your help. I need your points of view as well. But because of the new responsibility, I cannot make it too obvious for the sake of not being professional about it. So maybe it could have been worded a little bit better in the email, okay, and not too direct. So Su pun dia salah faham, dia macam benda tiba-tiba out of nowhere like this.
Lost in translation juga kan. Kalau you cakap betul lepas kan, tulis email pun betul capital letter. Okay, thanks Chan for adding up. Anything else anybody want to say? Okay.
That you need to get a copy each and fill it in. And after you finish filling in this one, and then send it back to Zyrene and Dean, Dela, Zyrene, right? And Mariam. Okay? So what's your commitment? So basically is, you've heard about the concept start, stop, continue, right? No. So basically, based on what you learned today's session, what will I start, continue, or stop doing when it comes to building my communication skills? So it could be one example, pick one as the opposite. This preference that you think is important for your current role, and how can you be more comfortable with other these preferences? Okay? So fill that in. So that's an example. And what success look like? So clear what is where you're going to go with what you're going to do.
Kita sanggup
specific, measurable, attainable.
As long as I insert the
How do you measure strength? So how do you know that you are on the way of balancing that? So you use that for the motherhood statement or do you measure? Si ada hours, si ada gaduh-gaduh jari boleh. So kalau ada incident in the past, kada di every week also you jari. Yeah, if you just that boleh je. Okay, you be more so you know that you are so you just being more empathetic. So thanks for completing the assessment survey. I hope you had a good day. So just to quickly recap and get agreement. You're learning after review, so we discussed this first thing in the morning this morning. So recap our way, we've done that, correct? Yes. Recognize specific type? Yes. Successful conversation, the 4 sample section, and apply our way at work. Okay? So I think as a conclusion for the session, you now understand the 4 DISC staff. You know how to have respectful conversation, and you can resolve conflicts together and apply our way daily moving forward. So thanks for filling up also this survey. So any question or reaction before we part the companies for today? No. Yeah? All good? All clear? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.